Hello everybody, welcome to the Black Desert Festa, aka the Heidel Ball 2023. I will be your console host for today, CM Durgef, as always, and we have on the couch as well, GM Stars End.
Hello everyone, welcome.
So we are going to be going over our console-specific stream here. We will be, of course, looking at all the things coming for Black Desert IP, but we do have our own little restream of this broadcast in order to cover things that are very specific to us, that we are very excited to share with you guys. So throughout our stream as well, we are going to be having a console-exclusive giveaways. In the chat, if you are on the YouTube, be sure to head over to Twitch whenever those giveaways happen. There will be a command to enter, and we do have one of our GMs coordinating that. If you do join one of the giveaways and win something from the giveaway, we will be sending you a quick little DM through Twitch chat. The Black Desert Console channel will send you a DM. We will need to be collecting your adventurer family name, as well as your region, so be sure to look out for that DM and provide us with that info in order to grab your giveaway rewards. So why don't we go ahead and let's throw out the first giveaway just so that we know how it all works. I do think we have GM Vaha on the giveaway, so whenever Vaha is ready, then we can go ahead and throw up the first one here.
So yeah, throughout the stream, I think we'll be having multiple giveaways, right, throughout the stream, and you'll see this screen hopefully very soon. Wisdom?
Oh yeah, new wisdom.
Yep, there we go. So we'll have
a
little carousel message going out down the screen. So whenever we have that going on, we'll be running the giveaway. So I think we have the first giveaway open, right?
Yeah, so whenever Vaha does that, there we go. Whenever Vaha sets that giveaway up, you can just use the ! join in the Twitch chat in order to join that giveaway, and we will be rolling multiple winners each time. I think we're going to do 5 winners for this one. It is going to be a Blessing of the Old Moon pack, I believe the 15-day one. So go ahead and hit ! join in the chat and you will be entered to win one of those. And we are going to have a couple different prizes going through. Just if you see this carousel message going around down the bottom, then one of those giveaways will be active. All right. I think we're going to go into the broadcast. Yeah, let's go ahead. Alrighty, here's our good old friend Jae-hee Kim. Go ahead and raise the audio a little bit as well. There we go. Yeah.
So I think we branded this as a Festa this time around. So actually, Korea is actually having a offline event along with the Heidel Ball right now. So we called it the Festa. And within the Festa, we also wanted to share a lot of the new content updates, exciting news. So for the global users, so that's why we held a Heidel Ball inside the Festa.
Exactly. Yep, and so as they're kind of explaining on screen here as well, obviously tons of stuff that people are talking about. But we are obviously broadcasting this through a ton of different service regions. So Korea is, of course, hosting the main stream, and console, for instance, is doing our own broadcast. There's one for NAEU, there's one for SA. Tons of different regions.
I believe like 9 different languages.
Yeah, 9 different languages being broadcast.
Which is pretty exciting.
We are... Thank you guys for tuning into the console-specific stream. We do have some awesome stuff.
All right, I'll put my mic a little bit closer. Thank you for pointing that out. Yep.
There we go.
Yep. So yeah, I think as Durgef explained just now, we always look at our adventurers' feedback constantly, and we're always looking to improve our game. So some of you might feel that your voice is not being heard, but we're always listening. So always feel free to give us suggestions and feedbacks. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do, and obviously we do read everything, and so Even if you feel like perhaps your voice isn't being heard, it definitely is. There's just a lot of things to consider internally. And we can't always obviously comment on every single piece of feedback. But I do personally read pretty much every piece of feedback that goes through our channels. And I really love hearing from you guys. We also will be having subtitles coming up occasionally for what they're talking about on stream. For this introductory portion, it is pretty much all ad-libbed, so that's why we don't have exact subtitles for you coming up. Whenever stuff like this is happening, then we do have Star's End to potentially translate if there's something very important for us to mention. But throughout the main sort of content portions of this stream, we will be having some subtitles of exactly what they're saying. Here we go.
So it looks like we're diving into our first conversation, or first topic.
Awesome.
Yep.
There we go. So first topic for today is the Dream Horse Mythical Doom.
Put the X mark on your bingo board, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. We saw that on a couple bingo boards. Yes. So as they're mentioning here, this is going to be released globally on July 12th. And we will also be looking into... let's just leave this for a little bit later. This will be coming to console as well, and we will be going over some console-specific things a little bit later. But the Korea and NAEU release date for this will be July 5th. Yes. Sorry, 12th.
Yep, so cool blue-looking flame. You know, if fire is hot enough,
yeah,
I guess it becomes
turns
blue.
So we do have this blue Doom Horse.
Let's look at the video. Wow.
Here we go. Okay, we got some
what was that
cool dash.
Oh,
cool little attack there. Oh, looks like we got some friends here. Oh my goodness. So what do we have here? Is that 3 horses?
Oh my god.
Oh, and they can be ridden too.
Right.
Looks like we got 3 horses.
Yep. Wow. I don't know. I think a lot of you might be surprised. I know, like, there have been a lot of rumors going around, like a lot of speculation on what the mystical, what's the next mythical Doom going to be.
Exactly.
I don't think anyone would have expected that, to be honest.
Yeah. So there we go. Summon. So this is Doom's iconic skill. It's called Shadows of Hellfire. He's reacting very interesting to it. So yes, Doom's specific skill. We do have 2 extra horses. Here we go. Let's see exactly what we're talking about here.
So yeah, he's asking if you can 6 people can ride this horse. So that's one of his main skills, right?
The iconic skill, Shadows of Hellfire. Yep. So in this one, Doom will summon 2 other Dooms for your guild or party members to ride. And so for 2-seater enabled Dooms, that is going to be 6 adventurers on essentially 1 horse.
Yeah.
For this skill, it is going to be active for about 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Right. So you can run around on these extra Dooms for about 10 minutes.
So he's asking, can we use it infinitely?
Exactly.
No.
Not quite. Not infinitely. That would be, I think, a little bit too strong. So here we go. So if the rider dismounts after it's been summoned for 10 minutes, then the mounts will disappear. 10-hour cooldown. Uh-oh.
That would be
a little
too much, right?
I don't know about that. 20-minute cooldown. So on a 20-minute cooldown, you can summon these 2 additional horses for your party or guild members to ride on.
I'm trying to think though, what would be the application with the skill though, right?
Well, I'd say a lot of different things. I think that it has some real applications in like Node and Conquest War, for instance. Obviously, getting like a whole flex party on 1 horse is potentially nice. So like, let's say your horse dies and you don't have time to like recuv, like pull a new one out. You can just summon 2 extra horses. The other thing is these are all 3 the same Doom horse, which means that new attacking skill, all of like the additional like extra abilities of the Doom horse you're getting all of those with all 3 of the horses.
We'll see. I don't think that. I'm not sure if that's
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard the
We'll
details
see.
yet. But he just explained about additional perks or additional skills.
Yes, so there are additional things. We did see an attacking skill here. Yeah, here we go. So we have Infernal Sprint, Infernal Legion. So you may know Doom has an extra kind of sprint that spawns some flames normally. So we do have that kind of carrying over into the new one as well.
Yep.
We have this new Infernal Sprint. Here we go. And as they're explaining here, Doom was always supposed to be kind of like the fastest horse on land. We have like Dine, which can walk on water. We have Ardunat that can fly. Doom was always supposed to be like the fastest one on land. So we've still got this extra sprint here to continue to be fast.
Right.
말 이야기가 나왔으니까 추가로 좀 드리고 싶은 이야기가 하나 있는데요. 봉상의 깃털 관련 얘기를 좀 드리려고.
So Jae is talking about the mythical feather, which is an item
yes.
needed to upgrade to tier 10 or the mythical horse, right?
Yes. So yeah, exactly. This is what you need. It's a very limited item, generally given through like specific events and weekly quests and stuff. So for a lot of people looking for these mythical awakenings, it can be pretty hard to come by. So Jae wanted to really look at alternate methods of obtaining this as well.
And he goes on to explain right now that the quest reward for mythical feathers and other materials will be increased. And there will be other ways to obtain it, including from the world boss, Offentet.
Yes, so another reason to go to Offentet, you can be getting these mystical feathers from Offentet, a new drop added to that loot table.
So Jae is, like always thinking what adventurers would want, what would help them. So constantly looking ways to improve existing contents, right?
And of course, we know like a lot of people, for instance, not a whole lot of people running Offen weapons, not a whole lot of people going to Offen in general a lot of the time. So adding in an extra way to, as he just explained here, going to be a fixed this is for actually awakening the horse.
Right.
So we're doing a couple things to horse enhancing. One is it's going to be fixed 3% probability for that mythical Doom. And we're also changing there to be a stack system for horses now.
Right. Just to clarify, it was originally fixed 3%.
Yeah, sorry, it was originally the fixed 3%. We're changing it to a stack system. So just like enhancing your gear, that percentage will be increasing.
Right. So all these updates, improvements to materials will also be included for July 12th for PC.
Yep.
적용이 된다고 하니까 굉장히 기분이 좋습니다. 꿈결 환상만에 도전 중이신 우리 모험가분들.
So I think now what he's explaining is now we end up at we have all 3 mythical horses now.
So yeah, I think he's going to reveal something that was put into the game recently.
Yeah, here we go. So with the introduction of Mythical Doom, there's a new goal for those who are looking to get mythical horses. Yeah.
Exclusive treasure.
A new treasure for those. Okay, it's called Krogdalo's Stall. This is a new kind of slash treasure item. It's a little different, but it's kind of like a treasure item.
It's not anything that you would have to grind for. Let me just put it out there.
Yep. So with this item, if you have it, you can actually store horses in it. You can store your mythicals in it. And you can swap between them essentially at will.
Yep.
So there we go. Yeah, if you reach water, you can swap to your mythical Dine. If you need to jump off a mountain, you can swap to your mythical Ardunat. It's a new specific, it's a new goal for adventurers who are looking to collect all of the dream horses, all of the mythical horses.
Yep. So
here we go. Okay,
it.
how can we obtain it, right? It's a pretty powerful item, so it's still going to be pretty hard to obtain, but
it's not going to be easy, right?
Exactly. So here we go. So if you grab all 3, if you awaken all 3 types of mythical horses, you will immediately obtain it, along with a new yellow title called Cosmic Horse Whisperer.
Yep. That's
So
pretty sick,
for our horse enthusiasts out there, if you gather all 3 mythicals, New treasure item, just for you, as well as a new title to flaunt your status as a horse collector. Alrighty.
Yep. So on the topic of horse, right? Jessup, I think, has a nice surprise for us.
Yes, here we go.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. So Doom can like dash pretty fast, but people often find that say you're going over rough terrain, for instance, or you have like the brake skills on or something. Sometimes riding horses can feel a little
When you go
odd.
down the slope,
When you like go
right?
down a slope,
Yeah.
for instance. They're introducing a more Korean term here.
Tarkok.
Yeah, darkok.
Tarkok.
Yes, which is kind of like starting, stopping,
Yeah,
you know,
stuttering,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing. So obviously, this has been a problem that a lot of adventurers have talked about, and so now we're looking into some changes to how slopes work when you're moving very quickly, and we're looking to smooth out this sort of riding down slopes kind of idea to really, obviously, if you're going really fast on this mythical Doom, you don't want to get stopped by anything.
So yeah, they looks like we were able to find a solution, right? So
Yep.
hopefully that experience of riding down the slope is much smooth for in the future.
Exactly.
네네네네. 어쨌든 뭐 정말 이런 작은 것들이 뭔가 분들한테는 스트레스로 쌓이는 경우가
So like these, it might seem minuscule, right? But it's like inconvenient for your adventure.
Well,
so.
yeah, and that kind of thing can
Yeah.
kind of pull you out of the immersion. So
Right.
just continuing making more little updates to make sure that players can really feel fluid. Yeah. So what do we have next here? Hold on. We have some more stuff that is horse related on Mythical Arduinot. So this was the first mythical that we
Yep.
got.
Yep.
Yeah, so originally, when Mythical Arduinot came out, the team wanted to make sure that it wasn't like a must-have item because it is obviously very, very difficult to obtain. So they wanted to make sure that it was like powerful and nice to use and stuff, but not like, oh my god, you must have this to be competitively viable. But now, like with Mythical Dine and now Mythical Doom that have these very, very special exclusive skills, Mythical Arduinot can kind of feel maybe a little bit
lacking,
less
yeah.
powerful. Yeah, so they're going to end up improving some of the abilities of Mythical Arduinot. So let's check a video.
영상이네요.
Here we go. Okay. There we go.
Oh, additional.
So in
Yeah.
addition to your extra little jump, we got something else here.
여기까지는 보통이었는데
Check this out.
Cool.
Boom.
이게 공중에서 한 번 더 도약하는 느낌이
It feels so much more powerful when you have the FOV change too. I know a lot of players maybe change their screen effects a lot. For those of you who are still running full screen effects and get this awesome ability,
There's like the snow particle too.
that's
It's-
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we did
didn't
get
notice
some new
that.
particles. So here we go. We've got a new skill here. It's a new air dash, essentially, called the Mighty Leap.
뭐 지층창에서
So here we go. If you press a button while flying in the air, then you'll get this new dash ability. So a little bit more forward mobility, because before you could have essentially this double jump where you could fly and then you would go into a glide.
Right.
So now when you're in that glide, you can get an extra little boost forward.
So
So
Yep.
now we wanted to talk about some Dine stuff as well. So Dine has the ability to run on water for a short duration. And for a lot of adventurers, they kind of felt that perhaps the Dine, the time that it could run on water was a little too short. So we're looking to increase that time as well. And a lot of these updates to horses are going to be coming out again on that July 12th date with Doom.
한꺼번에 예. 아드나이 특공결 디네 그리고 덜컥 뭐 보물 이렇게 뭐 이런 거 다 같이 한 번에
yeah, I think more reason to just try out for mythical. I've been actually stocking up too, right? Like I like, I can't wait for that to come to console as well. Right?
Here we go. Are we moving on? No! We have some more horse stuff. So you may have remembered for one of the events that we printed we do have a little secret for you. In one of the events that we printed, you may remember that we got this little rocking horse here, and this is a special item because we didn't tell you very much about it.
I wonder what could it be.
Yeah, we got this little rocking horse. Maybe it's horse related. I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's see. When we were young, everyone imagined their toys coming to life and moving.
그런 상상이 이제 재미있는 추억이 됐고 저희 마음속에 남아 있어서
May have seemed like a dream, but imagining things have always been fun. Here we go. So we created this item. Everyone has it as long as you claimed it. It's called VPCO's Rocking Horse.
Yeah, you should have it in your challenge.
어떤 비밀이에요? 나 이거 왜 못 받았어? 나 이거
They're trying to see what is it? What kind of secret does it have?
근데 이게 뭐예요? 근데 이거 근데 뭔데요? 네. 일단 비밀.
Yeah. It's very curious.
What do we think,
it's moving.
everyone? What do we think?
It's moving.
Oh! What do we have? Oh my! Unicorn! And an Arduino!
What is going on? Could it be?
Could it be?
Come on, Jay. Tell us. What are we doing? What are we looking at here? What are we looking here? Okay, I see 3 dream horses. Huh?
3 dream horses. They're not actually giving a dream horse, are
No
they?
way.
No way. Okay, so starting from July 5th, that's for global. We will be getting this item a little bit later. If you use this new event item that we are giving out at a next update, you can combine it with your rocking horse to get a dream horse.
Let's go!
Let's go! Dream horse for free! Yes, it's actually really a dream horse.
Yes.
So, for as you saw on screen, they were saying that July 5th. For console, since we don't have a...
Yeah.
What? Okay, yeah, we'll talk about this later, I guess. Okay, so there are some things about this. So if you use the VPCO's calling horn on your little rocking horse, you can choose between an Argonaut, Dine, or Doom. You get to choose.
Yep. And you can choose either whether you want it to be female or male.
You can choose the horse to be female or male as well. So if you have a specific that you like, you can also choose that.
I see some
Here
chat.
we go.
Yeah.
And here we go. This dream horse cannot be registered on the central market.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
We are not crashing the horse market.
No, we're not. Yep.
But yes, for every adventure, as long as you claim this event item, you will be eligible to pick up your own free dream horse.
And you can definitely use it to attempt for a mystical horse when we get it for console.
That is true.
분들을 위해서는 이 환상마 대신에 이 꿈을 부르는 향로 꾸러미를 선택하실 수 있게 준비했습니다.
Yeah, so I mean, there's already a lot of adventurers who have dream horses.
Exactly.
Already, right?
So for those of you who already collected all the horses, or you have a ton of these, so you can alternatively use these items to grab 5 mythical sensors, which these are pretty rare, pretty difficult items to get, used for horse enhancement.
She just announced that we can also ride the dream horses for season.
Yes.
Pretty big.
Yes, that is the other thing for horses. A lot of you have been saying, hey, why can't I use my dream horse on seasons? Well, now you can.
So, I mean, if you think about it, it's pretty big, right? As a new player, we can just log in right now and grab a free dream horse. Like, when it comes into console, right?
And for the next season, you can use it there.
It's like, I mean, pretty big, I say.
It is pretty huge.
Yeah.
It's awesome convenience for new adventurers.
Well, it's gonna be hard to pick which one though. Like, to be honest.
That is true.
Yeah, it's very subjective. So
we do have. I will say, GM Ash has always been very preferential to Doom.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder what his reaction was like when we announced the mystical Doom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as Jaehee is mentioning here, obviously when Dream Horses Tier 9s were first introduced, they were the new horse, right? And a lot of people, they were very rare. People were setting these as a distant goal. But now there's so many of these, well, not so many of these, but there's a lot of these Dream Horses out now. And so for them coming out with the new Tier 10s, obviously, it seemed like it was time to kind of make sure everyone can have this very nice convenience item. Being the Dream Horses, and being able to choose which one you want. If you want to soar through the skies, you can get the Argonaut. If you want the power of the Doom, or if you are spending a lot of time in the desert, then you can grab yes, your unicorn. So here we go. If you collect, so as they're saying here, if you receive this V-Pico calling horn, then you can
Combine it
with the rocking horse to get either your horse materials or
one of the 3 horses.
One of the 3 horses. Yep. Just clarifying here. Yeah, we have another topic for Dream Horses. What do we have here? So much about horses at the start of this stream. There's the word console. Here we go. So of course for console, of course we want to give these same rewards.
Of course.
And for us, obviously we do not have an update on the 5th, so we will be getting these rewards, but it will be coming in a slightly later update.
그리고 콘솔 모험가분들에게 저희가 선물도 드리는 거는 뭐 드려야겠지만 새로운 업데이트 원하시는 분들이 굉장히 많이
So,
계세요.
you know,
Here it is.
console players, adventurers.
I've been awaiting a new update. We are very, 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 very happy to share this news. Land of the Morning Light!
July 26th!
Land of the Morning Light!
Let's go!
July 26th! That's 2 updates from now.
No,
that's not 2 updates from now.
July
That's
26th.
That's like 3 updates from now.
Land of the Morning Light. Let's go.
Land of the Morning Light!
Is anyone else excited?
I'm excited.
No,
I'm excited for Land of the Morning Light.
Very good.
I'm already getting ready. I'm already ready.
You're prepared.
I was ready so long ago. Here we go. Let me just get this.
So yeah, originally if we follow the order from PC content update.
So yeah, we should technically be getting
Mountain of Eternal
we would
Winter,
be
which a
getting
lot of
Eternal
you
Winter.
have been looking forward to, right?
Of course. But due to how things are going right now, we figured it would be potentially better for us to release a newer region right now to make sure that we can also experience a lot of the same content that's coming out right now.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that Eternal Winter is just gone. Like, obviously that will still be coming, but we're going to be giving things obviously a little bit out of order here. So we will of course be getting Land of the Morning Light on that July 26th update. So here we go. So obviously due to the scale of Land of the Morning Light, this has been taking a little bit more time for console. It takes a long time to make sure that this kind of stuff actually is QA'd and ready for console. And so we're obviously incredibly happy to be sharing this news with you.
Yes, obviously.
And we'll be making sure, we'll be doing a lot of testing to make sure that our console adventurers can have the best experience there as possible. So we are going to be explaining more details. You may have a lot of questions. For instance, hey, how do I get there? Because there's maybe a new teleport function that came with some different content, but we will be sharing more information about Land of the Morning Light and how console adventurers will be able to access the region in some GM notes and streams in the future. But I'm hyped.
Yeah.
Are you guys hyped? I've been sitting on this.
I wonder if anyone was expecting that, to be honest.
I didn't see it on people's bingo charts, so I think we got them.
Well, for now, yeah. Let's stop. Jaehee's moving on to the next topic. Here, we're talking about new monster zones, right? More about PvE. We have been constantly thinking about making changes to the existing zones, right? There have been a lot of feedbacks from adventurers. I want to go back to this place. I remember in 2019, we used to grind in this spot. It's not being grinded anymore, right? So we've been always looking into ways to like improve those spots, and Elvia is one of them, right? So here, Jesok is showcasing something called the Kia's Lantern. So if you use this lantern on a specific grind spots, basically you'll be able to enhance those monsters. So monsters become, we'll see a video explanation. Let's first.
There we go. All right.
This
so
is
we're-
Ash's Forest.
Yeah, we're chilling in Ash Forest. Oh, okay. So we use a lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
So
god.
once you use the Kia's Lantern, it looks like the monsters enhance or awaken.
Mm-hmm.
그 몬스터들이
It's a really cool effect.
변한다, 강해진다.
I'm sure Vaha loves the
지금 이렇게
aesthetic.
이해를 하면 되는 거죠?
네, 맞습니다.
Yeah.
There we go.
So if you use the Dekia's Lantern, obviously, as I stated, the monsters become enhanced or enraged, and they become stronger. Obviously, they have new mechanics, new attack patterns, something new, right? So as going back to the some of the grind spots that have been not being utilized too much or not as popular as some of the the meta grind spots. We're looking into ways to improve other spots as I explained before. And Ash Forest looks like is one of the first spots that you can use the lantern on. Again, so you can't use it on every other different grind spots. There will be designated areas that you can use this lantern on.
Ash says, "I've become stronger."
No, you haven't.
뭔가들이 더 이상 안 가는 곳을 좀 활성화시키겠다라고 하시는 것 같은데 그럼 예를 들어서 어느 곳인지 좀 설명을
So
해주실까요?
yeah, some spots obviously not being as much as utilized as some other spots, right? So
A lot of
again,
people will
yeah.
grow out of certain
Mhm.
spots.
Ash Forest was one of them. So another one is going to be the Olin's Valley. Well, I wouldn't say it's not utilized too. It's not unpopular. I see a lot of people still group grinding over there, and it's
Yeah,
one
of
of the most favorite spots to group grind at the high tier level. But again, the loot may be somewhat lacking per se, because you can really only get you go there for what is it, the merchant's ring piece or the Lao Zekat outfit piece, right? So we're trying to make it a little bit improved in terms of the loot as well. So
Yeah, so it doesn't just get harder.
no,
We get more loot for it.
right.
단순히
And
지르는 게
yep,
아니라
as mentioned before, the mobs will have different types of attacking patterns.
그리고 그 잿빛숲 같은 경우에는 현재 사냥터 자리가 좀 좁기 때문에
So
아쉬움이 있었는데
Ash Forest is also like a place where it was relatively a little bit compact, not enough mob density
그리고 이 데키아의 굴은
compared to
이
some of the other spots.
활동하면 지속적으로 유지가 되는
But
형태인데요.
this using the lantern enables you to stay in area and continuously respawn, regen the monsters.
무리의 몬스터만으로도 계속 이용할 수 있습니다.
근데 이제 그 몬스터가 강해진다라고
Yeah, so it's not just that it'll enhance the monsters, you will also be getting more mobs collecting in the same area.
Right,
So
right.
it's gonna get pretty dangerous using this item. So it's really only for adventurers who are up for the challenge
Yep,
and
so
have
as-
the gear prepared for it.
Right, so the suggested APDP was for Ash Forest at least was 310 and 410. Normal Ash Forest was around 300 AP and 390 plus DP recommended, obviously. So you need to have a little bit of more higher gear to meet the, try to do it safely.
언론의 계곡도 더 상향이 되나요?
And we're explaining about some of the different loots that you can acquire from the enhanced zones using the lantern. So Jahi just mentioned, or Jasok just mentioned that you can still get the Deboreka necklace from Ash Forest, but it will also drop better basic loot.
고수로 좀 탈바꿈됩니다. 그래서 데키아 등불의 영향을 받은 이제 울릉 계곡 추천 공격력 방어력.
Yeah, and debos are obviously a hot topic,
Mhm.
being for a lot of people a best in slot.
So yeah, originally I think the devs' intention was to for the adventurers to procure the Deboreka accessory by themselves in order to enhance it for themselves, but now we're trying to make it so that you can also purchase from central market more accessibly, especially with the update to the Deboreka set effects with the Land of the Morning Light that came out.
Yes, exactly. Which, of course, we are getting Land of the Morning Light. Land of the Morning Light, so we will be getting that.
Yep. So one thing that Jahij also mentioned was that you can also get Deboreka's earring, which was or what should I say, was exclusive to Land of the Morning Light. But you can also will be able to obtain it from Olin's Valley. So
Yes, so the specifically the Dekia's Lantern version of
Dekia's
Olin's Valley
Lantern version.
will also, in addition to having harder monsters and better loot, you will also be able to get Deboreka earring drops there,
Right.
using the Dekia's Lantern.
So yeah, with this changes, I think we can expect to see a lot of increase of supply of Deboreka accessories through the central market. Yep, and so it looks like after Ash Forest and Olin's Valley, some of the other spots that we're looking into, where you can use the the lantern?
Dekia's Lantern,
yeah, Dekia's Lantern is Thorn of Forest and Tukuta, right?
Tunkuta Turos, yeah.
Tunkuta Turos, and another spot which is not exactly a grind spot, but another monster that can be affected is the Cyclops.
So people may, in the very early days, remember hitting some Cyclopses.
Yeah.
Now Cyclopses can be awakened with the Dekia's Lantern, and they will also be dropping
Dawn's earring.
Dawn's earrings.
Yep, that's good to see.
As well as a couple other things. So yeah, so just some more availability and different ways to obtain certain pretty high tier accessories.
Right.
Because again, when these first launched, the idea was, hey, adventurers should be looking to enhance these themselves. They should be pretty rare. Not necessarily just obtaining them off the central market. But as time goes on, things change, obviously. So now some more opportunity to get these more effectively, and so more supply of them to be traded.
And of course, it's going to be like you would have to recharge the lantern for every use.
Yes.
So I'm assuming it's going to be similar to something like maybe the alchemy stones, but we'll see.
Yeah, where more details on this will be released later. This is just a preview, obviously.
Right. As Jay said, this will be updated on July 19th for PC or KR, and then it will be applied to global, and then console will also be can expect to have it at a later date.
And we'll of course be giving more information on Dekia's Lantern when we are able to share a more specific timeline for console.
What is this?
Ooh.
It's a mythical doom with new place or a place I haven't seen before, or kind of looks like Medea. Is it?
Yeah, it kind of looks like Medea.
Or is it Calphion or Valencia?
Calphion. Yeah, so we have some really cool landscape here. All right, so this is a new land coming to Black Desert, the Noble Land Ulukita. And they're preparing it to be available on August 9th. That is for KR, I believe. Again, for a lot of these dates where we're showing a date, this is probably happening KR first, and then it will come to global later. And then, of course, we will share information about console at a later date when we have that. So a new region, or a new place to go. So, as Starzan so expertly teased, yes, this is pretty close to Medea.
No, it's not Medea. I mean, could be Valencia.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you've been traveling through Medea, you may have seen some lands sort of around the edge that haven't really been able to get to yet, or have been obscured on the map. And the noble land of Ulukita is, of course, as a lot of these monster zones come out, they're going to be for higher and higher tier adventurers. So this is, and the idea for this spot is that it's going to be recommended for adventurers who are hitting that 700 gear
Pretty
score.
high.
Pretty high, yes. And so today we're going to take a look at two of the monster zones in this area called City of the Dead and Tungrad Ruins. So City of the Dead is a monster zone where you fight against elite Medea soldiers. It's kind of like the elites that you've seen in Medea before, but instead of fighting like really small groups, we want to try a monster zone where you get to wipe out a lot of enemies. And the recommended for this is, of course, that 300 AP, 400 DP. And then, of course, we have Tungrad Ruins, fighting monsters strengthened by the Black Sun's magic. This one is recommended for 310 AP and 410 DP. Let's take a look at this.
This looks like the City of the Dead. Yeah, a lot of mob density.
We also have
looks
a little cameo here for something we may be
taking
a look at a little later.
I think we mentioned it, yeah.
But yes, this is City of the Dead, or
City of the Dead,
yeah, here we go. And then this is...
I assume they hit
yeah.
like a truck if you get hit.
Yes, yes. It's designed to be very difficult, although it's not complicated mechanics like certain other grind zones. It's not complicated strategies per se, but they're gonna hit like a truck. They're gonna be very, very difficult. One of the things that the team wanted to try and emphasize in this area is special attacks. So for these areas, a lot of the strategy that we're looking to bring in is using a lot of knockdowns and then a lot of down attacks. Here we go. Yeah. So as they're explaining here, it's not that there's no mechanics. It's rather that we want to make sure that you're still using your kit effectively. So using knockdowns, using down attacks, getting that special attack damage in. The realm looks enormous. Yes, it does look very, very large. So yes, so this is going to be a new region, I believe south of Medea, essentially.
So, like, if you look at the Dekia's Lantern, it's more like you are rather in a position grinding one spot, right?
Yeah.
The team wanted to like kind of expand upon, like, so to provide more options. So
yeah, so bringing in two things. Dekia's Lantern, which is like just chill in one spot. Ulukita is going to be much more roaming.
Right.
A vast area to explore, and a lot more area to cover within grind zones, of course. So, one little lore tidbit for you. This is the homeland of Elezra, which is a very important character in the story of Black Desert. And the monsters in this area have been influenced by Elezra, which is similar to the Wandering Rogues and the Elric Monks. And so we're looking forward to see what Elezra brings for us. And as they're announcing here as well, those origins of dark hunger that everyone loves from our events, in the region of Ulukita, you will be able to obtain these
as a drop. So you can.
So these are the items that allow you to increase a fail stack's chance by just using the item without having to do any actual enhancing. And monsters within the Ulukita region will be dropping these. And we will provide a bit more info on this stuff, but these specific Origin of Dark Hungers are going to go above that 230 mark all the way up to a maximum of 300 stack.
Pretty big.
And, as he just announced here, you can register these on the central market.
Oh boy.
Enhancers galore.
300 stacks. I wish I don't have to use 300 stacks. I'm at a like 270 stack-ish, I believe. Hopefully
I don't mean to cut you off, but we are looking at a new treasure item right now. This is going to be Laffy Bed Mountain's upgraded telescope. In the region of Ulukita, you will be able to get a new treasure item here. So, the existing compass item that we had, Lofty Bed Mountain's compass, that allowed you to bring adventurers to you, and it was very powerful because you could bring multiple people to you. This Lofty Mountains, Bed Mountain's upgraded telescope will do kind of the opposite. You will be able to send yourself to a party member or guild member. But of course, if it has perhaps slightly less functionality, like say for instance, the compass allows you to bring multiple people. This only allows you to send your one person, right? So compass is a very difficult piece to obtain, or a very difficult treasure item to obtain. But for this one, since it is has a little bit less functionality than the compass itself, it needs to be a little bit easier.
Maybe
to
easier
obtain.
to obtain.
Perhaps a little bit easier to obtain. And so you may remember the compass takes 4 pieces, or sorry, 3 pieces. This will take 3 parts to craft the telescope. 4 pieces. This one takes 3. And one of these materials is actually already in the game.
Can you guess what that is?
Can you guess what piece this is going to be?
I think some of you might have a bunch of them in your storage already.
Wow, way to tease it.
What is it? No, it's an existing material, right?
Existing material, treasure
I don't see any correct guesses yet on the chat.
What can we think of? Here we go, Vodkin pieces. So you may have been grinding for your compass and be looking for that specific piece, and oh man, not another Vodkin piece. So obviously, we've been paying attention to this. It's been very annoying for a lot of adventurers. So the Vodkin piece will be also usable as one of the pieces for the telescope. And the additional materials for the telescope are going to be accessed through the Ulukita, which is why we bring it up now.
I mean, I still don't have a BotCon piece either, so I don't know.
I was about to say I haven't seen you down there very often.
Yeah, I mean, I grinded there early days, but eventually,
Someone says finally something to use with my 28 Vodkin pieces. I feel for you. But here we go. So you can loot the additional parts in the Ulukita zones.
A lot more incentives to go to the new zone.
Exactly. And of course, if you already had compass, this will give you potentially more use, because you will be able to use both the compass and the telescope. So as we mentioned here, there are a total of 4 monster zones in Ulukita. We only looked at 2, so they're looking to bring one more area in September and the other in October. And this will probably be for KR specifically, so Global will have to take a look at more information when it is available. And then of course for console as well, we will of course provide more information through notices or live streams on when this content will be available for console. So on top of the loot reveal today, there is one more thing, and that is the new region will have Aitor's shoes. That is the new best in slot for our gear.
Best in slot. Wait.
So we've had multiple other of these pieces where you Caphras your gear up to Caphras 10, and then you can use specific items to turn it into our fallen gods and our Lebreskas and our I'm forgetting the name of the Dawn's gloves, and now we have Aitor's shoes. I see a lot of you talking about Eternal Winter, guys. We know Eternal Winter does exist. Yes, we are going to provide more information on when Eternal Winter will become available. I know a lot of you are worried about artifacts. A lot of you are worried about Lebreska. Of course, we know, and we want to bring you this content. We think, though, Land of the Morning Light will be a new, fresh experience for you. And we wanted to make sure to give you this content as soon as possible. So that's why we prioritized it. So yes, Aitor's shoes, the top-tier defensive gear in Black Desert. They're going to explain some more detail of this a bit later.
Let me just try to listen to this.
Are they just talking about having the 4 pieces?
Yeah, so so yeah, three parts to the materials to get the compass.
Yes.
Or sorry, the telescope.
telescope,
Yep.
yes.
So one is that.
One is the
explain
vodka
this
piece.
vodka piece. The rest of the two pieces can be obtained in the
From
Ulukita.
Ulukita. Yep.
에서 나오는 재료를 이용해 가지고 이 새로 나온 재료를 만들 수 있다는 그런 얘기. 네네.
So we're talking about treasures now.
먼 얘기라 내가 이해를 못할 수 있는데 지금
Do we
No,
have
no, he's still like
Oh, okay.
he's still kind of a bit confused. I think about how to make the telescope.
Listen,
so
our
I think
MC
it's clarified.
Yeah.
제이님의 얘기.
Our MC sometimes just needs a little bit more time to sit with the content
Mhm.
announcement
He's too
to
excited.
fully understand it.
시간이라고 얘기를 하신 거예요?
네 맞습니다.
예.
Yep. Art.
아마 9월, 10월이 업데이트해서 같이 업데이트될 예정입니다. 뭐 아직 준비하고 있으니까요. 뭐 피드백 있으신 분들은
He's so excited.
참고해서 개발하겠습니다.
네. 알겠습니다.
Yep. So two major items from Ulukita, the telescope treasure item and the Aitor shoes.
Yes.
That I don't think we have the full details on how to obtain Aitor shoes yet, but
course.
it will be released along with or a later date after the Ulukita is released. So more information.
And again, Ulukita is still a ways off. So
All right.
Yep.
Next big news.
Oh, so speaking of treasure items.
Yep. A lot of you have been asking. The voices have been heard. So our infinite potions are now going to be able to be stored on family inventory.
Family inventory for pots, everybody! Yay!
Who's excited? W? Yeah, it's been
I see a lot of W's in chat.
it's been a constant feedback, like a QL request from our adventurers, right? You know, and especially recently we have made updates to our, convenience where you can move items from your, other characters directly from the character
But of course,
selection
that
screen.
used your maids, and maids
Right.
weren't able to move
Right,
treasure items.
right.
Like, yeah, exactly.
But now we have a method to share this infinite potions between your characters more easily and accessible. So yeah, I think it's a great QL patch, right? Yeah. So you
Now
guys,
this-
you wanted it. We're giving it to you.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so you may be thinking, well, Star's End, what if I grinded multiple pots?
How many?
Well, me personally?
No, I I thought we were just doing some kind of a skit right there.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So I've been farming
Yeah.
only at Blood Wolves and
Only at Blood
Sherikan,
Wolves.
and I've been only there for my entire journey in Black Desert, and I have 17 HP pots.
Right.
What am I going to do with all of my HP pots?
That's a good question. That's why we looked at the numbers, right? How many adventurers have how many potion pieces or like infinite potions, right? So we looked at it, and overall adventures with at least 2 infinite potions, there's at least 10% of population.
I think that's global,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
10% of Black Desert has more than one infinite pot on their character.
Yep. So
And of course, these are incredibly useful items, like not having to carry around the consumable pots. These are kind of, as we were talking about earlier with the horses, where they didn't want to make the horses a must-have item. Infinite pots at this point are kind of in that realm of almost like a must-have for the
Right.
really high end.
So, for those who have more than one, obviously. So we are going to be able to list them on the market, on the central market.
The central market.
Yep. Yep.
오늘
So,
정도와 같이
it's-
굉장히 많이 또 말씀해 주시는
There's,
이야기가
This will be the first treasure item you can sell.
여행자이지도 재사용되기
we are at a point where a lot of people already have it, right? Talking about treasure items, there's some other changes to existing treasure item, which is one of the map, right? So right now we use the map share cooldown between the treasure map and the map traveler's map that you can purchase on central market. So we are going to be changing so that the cooldown for both items will be separate. So more incentive to go for the treasure map piece and more
Yeah, I
functionality
personally
it
have
provides.
seen this suggested a lot, even like specifically in the console Discord, have been seeing this suggested a lot. And of course, we do listen to a lot of this and are constantly talking with the team of like what kind of quality of life things are people really worried about. And so this is one of them that the team really felt would be good to do, is putting those on separate cooldowns.
Right. Yeah, so I think it's a good change. I think the chat is liking it. W in chat.
And more information on exactly what that's going to mean for infinite pots is going to be released a little bit later. I'm sure a lot of you are really worried of like, oh, well, like, what's the max price going to be? A lot of this is going to be covered a little bit later.
All right. I think we're going on to the next topic. So this is something we mentioned before, I think, in the last Calpheon Ball. It's going to be a crossplay between Thailand server and Southeast Asia server.
And this is PC servers for those of you on
PC.
on Asia console. This is separate.
So this is going to finally happen on September. I think there's going to be a fresh of new experience for both regions over there. Some new guilds clashing together potentially. So what we decided to do this time around with the celebration of this crossplay between two regions is Asia Region Node War Championship.
Ho-ho.
Sounds very epic,
So now we've had a showdown between regions before.
Right.
It's been some time, but we have had a showdown. It was in NA and EU one, correct?
For the PC. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
So adventurers from Korea.
Or it was EU and Russia, I believe.
Russia, that's what it was. Yeah. So adventurers from all around the Asia regions on PC will be having this big clash.
So it's specifically it's going to be from Korea, Taiwan / Hong Kong / Macau, and Thailand / Southeast Asia, because they're one region now, and Japan. So there will be 4 different regions fighting over for this championship. So yeah, we've had different cross server events, as Dergif mentioned. But there, obviously there are differences in languages and different back-end technical issues that we need to resolve. But we finally managed to pull it together, and we wanted to give it a try. So Asia is going to be the first region that we wanted to try this championship. So last time we did the Conquest War, but this time obviously we wanted to go with Node War, and we have a different set of rules. Let's look at it.
우선 국가별로 이제 거점전이 진행이 돼서 대표를 이제 선발을.
Yeah.
Sorry, this looks very complicated.
So each regions obviously will have their own guilds, right? Top guilds. So regions will first have their top guilds competing each other, and then each guilds will be selected as the representative of each region.
So essentially, it's a bloodbath to select your region's representative, and then at that point, each region will duke it out.
So there will be 4 guilds that will be selected from each region, and they will be all placed in each group. So as you can see, there will be 4 groups consisting of different 4 regions. Yep. So in order to qualify to be a representative of your region, you need to win the uncapped Node War. And yep, the team selection will be random. So I think it's pretty interesting, there's always, I'm not sure if you're like a soccer fan or whatnot, but if you watch the World Cup and whatnot, there's always this,
it's a really big event.
Yeah, competition gets big. You definitely want to
you're rooting for your region.
Your region, right?
It's not just your guild; it's your whole region.
Yeah. So even if you're like a competing guild or something like that, you'll be supporting. I hope so. I hope so. You're supporting for your region too.
Or maybe
right?
you're just salty that you're lost. Start rooting for the enemy.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. But I think it's going to be exciting to watch, right? It's because usually what happens is in in your current server and region, you always, most of the times you fight, the guilds that you already know, and this is a fresh of air, right? You get to fight someone from a totally different server. Like it's going to be a very new experience, exciting experience for those guilds that will be able to participate, and I think for viewers as well.
Yeah, I think for viewers, like I'm sure a lot of these guilds will have people who are streaming the event, and to watch it will be very, very interesting.
So yeah, obviously KR was the first server that we launched Black Desert. KR does have an upper hand in terms of overall general, like average gear scores in population, right? Compared to maybe other Asia region servers. But as you can see, yeah, this is the percentage of population who has achieved over 700 gear score. As you can see, like KR is a little bit above 10%, followed by Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Japan, and Southeast Asia and Thailand. So,
but of course, this isn't to say that necessarily KR is going to have an upper edge on anyone, because of course they're only going to be nominating the same number of guilds,
right.
And for the JP or the SEA regions, they're likely to be nominating guilds that are also in that very, very upper edge of everything.
Winner,
It
guild
is
winner.
all uncapped.
Yep. So not only that, we put in another rules, which is that we'll be providing a gear for those players. So they'll be playing on an equal field.
So you can't just gear check people.
Nope. So it's going to be strategy. It's gonna be end up being the guild who fights the most smart. I don't know how politic is going to come into this play. I don't know if
that is true.
One region is gonna like hold hand with someone else. I don't know.
Ooh, that could be spicy.
So yeah, hopefully I believe there's going to be some rules obviously implemented into this.
It did sound like they were turning off chat for this.
Oh yeah.
Stuff. So some things will be put in place. Obviously, there are going to be a lot of language barriers and stuff going on. So social actions, chat, that kind of stuff is going to be turned off. It's going to be just do your stuff, play the game well, have a good time.
So yeah, we wanted last time we held cross-server event, there were some unsportsmanship-like actions that were, where we noticed. So hopefully, you are able to see a better version this time around.
But definitely exciting. I'm sure that I'm definitely going to be watching some of this, even though it's regions that I don't necessarily know the guilds for very well. Just having like these super large-scale battles is part of my love for Black Desert personally, and having entire regions clash in this kind of a fight is just a really, really amazing concept. So I'm really excited for it, and I'm going to be watching some of our KR streamers who I'm sure will be taking part. So moving on to our next part, we did have a lot of stuff coming out previously at previous balls and late night talks about this Elf War that we had been talking about. So we'll be sharing a bit more details about that.
Trailer.
Let's watch a little trailer. I'm excited for this one.
어머니의 신탁이 내려왔소. 가넬과 베딜, 모든 실비아의 딸들은 무릎 꿇을 지어다. 내 뒤를 이을 하나의 태무 아래.
카마실비아. 그곳은 우리 모두의 숲이었지. 우리는 오딜리테를 개척한 적 없어. 가넨들에게 잔인하게 내몰렸을 뿐. 이제 어머니의 숲을 우리가 되찾을 차례야. 카마실비아, 여신께서 남겨주신 마지막 선물. 목적이 무엇이든 나무를 해치려는 자는 신성한 어머니의 숲에 발들일 수 없어. 지금부터 영원히 이 숲으로부터 베디르들을 격리한다.
All right, so awesome
Wow.
trailer there. So this is, of course, Elf War is between Odalita and Kama Sylvia, and we finally have an official name for this because we've been calling it Elf War for a long time. The official name for this is the War of the Roses. This is going to be a new type of conquest war that's going to take place in the Kama Sylvia and Odalita regions. It's a much bigger area, obviously, so things are going to be pretty different. In this war, you may know in Conquest, you're like, oh, I need to, install a bunch of stuff and set up my base and stuff. In War of the Roses, things are a little different. So
There's a lot of different rules here.
yes, there's a ton of stuff that's different. So one of them is going to be that you no longer need to install fortresses or annex buildings. Everything is going to be set up already. So it's just fight.
Just fight?
Just fight.
Just fight.
They wanted to simplify the preparation process, focus more on the combat itself, the strategy, what you're doing as a team, and not so much how you're building your base.
Because there's always, the officers, spend a lot of time building bases, min-maxing those barricades, right? We all know that.
So all that we have to do here is prepare characters. Prepare your characters, get ready to go. You don't need to prepare the whole area yourself. So I think we have some more details we're going to take a look at on the screen here as well. Here we go. So here's two castles.
So the left is the Ornate Castle, the right is the Odor Castle.
It's a battle between two castles. Sanctums will exist on either side as well, and each faction will need to take them to gain an advantage. The end goal is to defeat the leaders at each castle, which is Husel of Salinar, who's guarding the Kama Sylvia Forest and the Salinar Pond. Yep. So the objective is different. It's not just to gain castle, basically. You need to defeat this leader.
There's a lot of strategy involved.
So they're saying here, yep, here we go. Different things to fight, and of course, there's a lot of sea area here as well. I think
You
that'll
can see
come into
boat battles
play
there
later.
as well. Well,
And the Ornate Castle is actually something new. They're adding a castle to Kama Sylvia because it hasn't had one before. And we're going to see a little look at these two here. So I believe
like
this
those
is
are the
Ornate.
fortresses. Yep.
Here
I'm
we
assuming
go.
that's Odor.
So some vast, expansive castles
Wow.
here.
It's pretty big.
Super cool. I always love cool architecture like this.
Yeah.
And again, they're on islands.
Yeah, and it's crazy that we can incorporate sea battles onto this conquest war, which I think a lot of seafarers are going to really love. Time to bring their characters and the new
Well,
boat,
I was gonna
right?
say a lot of people, you make a guild ship and you're like, okay, I can take, I can go take my guildies out somewhere, but now it's like, oh my god, like we need that guild ship. We're gonna bring our whole guild somewhere. Yeah, so the castles themselves will act as huge battlefields, but there's also like tons of areas to deal with here. So they're going to be used as the sort of resurrection spots. There's all these different point objectives essentially that will be used as resurrection spots. They can provide additional benefits as well, like summoning monster armies or revealing more of the battlefield. Each sanctum has similar capture mechanics to what was introduced in the Valencia Red Battlefield, where you need to hold an area. And each sanctums will have special rules requiring a specific amount of Black Spirit's rage. So, different sanctums can be occupied in different ways. And there are also sanctums out at sea. This battle is going to be encouraging the use of our sea warfare abilities.
Right.
Of course, sea battles happen with cannons. You're not necessarily always close fighting on the deck. So there's going to be a lot of cannon fire going around.
So instead of, more of, like you said, cannon fightings rather than, close combat.
Yeah. So since this area is this huge area, it's way more strategical. You need to focus solely on like capturing these objectives or whatnot. One of the things that was developed in order to smooth line this process is the tactical map. This is going to be a new map that you and your allies can see. And you can see discovered allies, discovered enemies, they're all moving in real time. It's much easier to see than the world map. It's very simplified, not a lot of extra detail. And so it's a lot easier to read as you're in this specific war.
Right.
There's also extra features that this tactical map is going to have. So this is pretty big.
Yeah, it looks like one of the screens that you might see in an RTS game.
Yeah. So there's going to be a commander from each faction, and they will be able to give orders from the map. So you'll have real-time strategic information that the tactical commander can give orders to you, or groups of people, of like, hey, we should be attacking this objective.
Oh, so it looks like if you assign task, right, and if you complete it, then you get a reward for it. So you get some kind of a seal for completing the quest objective or the order objective. So I think that gives more incentive to follow the orders as well. So yeah, I see a lot of the screens. Sometimes it's like you can obviously not see the entire map. But yeah, it looks like a lot of thought is put into this content.
Yeah, no, it's something the utilizing the map and guild pings and stuff has always been really useful and very important in Node and Conquest War, and now it's really expanding with the tactical map. So the commander can also select allies, like multiple, and give them numerous things, I believe. Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry. I lost my place.
So yeah, the commander can give missions, like you said, and you'll be able to like use some kind of hotkeys or shortcut keys to
yes,
kind of
exactly.
set
So you can
commands.
hotkey for platoons or parties to give orders to entire groups of things, and that will automatically, all those people will get directed to the same location, allow them to stay focused on a goal. And so yeah, you can give these missions to specific groups of people, and you can also set time limits on these missions. Like, hey, we really need this now. Like, I'm gonna make it urgent.
What's interesting is that you can either accept or deny the quest.
Yeah, you can.
So, I don't know
Hey
how
man,
that's gonna
sometimes Flex Party just go wild in, man. Sometimes they just go off and do their own
yeah,
thing.
you just gotta frag out sometimes, you know? That's what, yeah.
Hey, but follow your commander's
Yeah.
orders. You know, they have your best.
Yeah.
They have
Team
your best
play,
interest
team
in
play.
man. Team play, yes, team
Yeah.
play. Yes, and of course, as you already mentioned, if you complete a mission, you will get War of the Roses coins as rewards for that. So this seems like a lot to manage.
Gotta have a big brain commander, to be honest.
Big brain commander.
Yeah. It's not a task for
So they're
everyone.
very important. So obviously we need to delegate a little bit. Maybe you have a big brain, but some people will need to delegate. So they can delegate some advisors, and advisors can use some of the functions that the commander can use.
So yeah, some of you might be asking, what's the,
What's the deal with this?
Yeah.
300 versus 300.
that is crazy.
600 people across Kama Sylvia and Odalita.
That's going to
all
be
fighting.
one massive epic battle. Wow. I don't know. Like, how are you gonna control 300 people?
Well, that's why you gotta delegate some advisors.
Wow.
선정이 되면은
This is.
그 맹주기
It looks like a
Yes.
completely different game.
Yeah.
응원하는
So,
그런 지지하는 그런
you may be
모습들이
wondering, hey,
신청을 하게
there's
되고요.
not 300 people in my guild, so a main guild is going to be selected to represent each faction. Adventurers can choose to support that main guild and participate. And out of all the guilds that have decided to participate, participants will be selected at random. So the way this works is basically there's going to be a period where you need to select a main guild to represent each faction. I believe this is going to be done with a vote. So alliances are going to come into play, and then other guilds are going to essentially pledge themselves into the war. And if you ready up for this war, up to 300 people who've been readied up for each side will be selected at random. That's to keep it fair, make sure that everyone has a fair chance of making it in, because obviously a lot of people are going to be wanting to check out this new content. But yeah, 300 versus 300. Crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty big scale.
And this is why part of why this content took so long after it was teased to be revealed in its future form is because the tactical map and all these other additional features needed to be developed in order to make sure that this super large scale battle was going to be ready and going to be fluid.
장면전쟁은 8월 26일 토요일일 건데 그때 프리시즌을 시작할 계획이고요.
So here we go. For KR here, War of the Roses, if the development continues as planned, the pre-season will start on August 26th. And of course, for global and other regions, more information will be delivered at a later date of exactly when War of the Roses pre-season will begin. So lots of PvP things. I think we're still sort of in PvP land here.
Yep.
And I think we have some more things to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Aljun is
very
still excited about the
Sorry, I always
tactical map.
forget how
Yeah.
excited our guy is
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, very excited to see, how it's gonna pan out. 300 versus 300. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of epic video or montages that come out of it too,
Oh God, there's gonna be so many people involved. It's
Yep.
it's gonna be nuts.
Yep.
I'm
So,
excited for the feeds. Yes.
Yeah. Next topic on topic of PvP is going to be Arena of Solare. So a lot of global users have been waiting for Arena of Solare. So next season, the third season for the PC will be coming for July 19th. So with the recent release of Land of the Morning Light, there's going to be a new edition of Battle Arena themed around Land of the Morning Light. So it will be a new addition to the Arena of Solare.
솔라르의 창을 좀 색다른 느낌으로 진행하실 수 있을 것 같습니다.
뭔가 신선해 보인다라는 생각이 들고
Yeah.
아침에
I don't know if you've seen the Land of the Morning Light yet, but it's pretty, the
7월 19일 얼마나
the environment,
Oh,
the
the spots are
scenery.
crazy.
It's so beautiful, And it's going to be exciting to also do PvP in Land of the Morning Light area, because I'm not sure if anyone actually PvPs in the original Land of the Morning Light itself.
Well, there's
because-
so much like story related
Yeah.
content and the boss rushes and stuff that a lot of people are really preoccupied over there.
and
Not
it's not like there's a
necessarily-
grind spot or anything
Exactly.
like that. Yeah.
So new PvP in the area is going to be really cool.
So yeah, along with in the topic of PvP, there's also have been a lot of requests for some changes or improvements to the system itself. So some of the things that we're going to be changing is so that you will not be able, with the escape or using the map.
A lot of
escape.
shenanigans to get
Yep.
out of knockdowns and
Yep.
stuff.
So we wanted to make PvP really fun, and we're wondering if this aspect of the PvP it may not provide the best experience for people who PvP.
Mango. I'm sorry, we're pointing fingers at partners right now.
Okay. Yeah. So what we decided to do is obviously we're gonna put a cooldown on, or not a cooldown. You're going to have a casting animation when you try to use
When you use the
escape
traveler's map, yes.
or the travel map.
시계는 캐릭터 선택창이나 서버 선택창으로 이제 이동할 수 없게 조정을 하겠습니다.
Yep. And also, you won't be able to go to character selection screen while you're in emergency escape animation.
이거는 약간 호화 불호가 갈리는 듯한
So this is getting applied when?
Yeah. For
호불호가 좀
for
있으신
KR,
분들이
this will be applied on July 19th, and this will follow suit for global regions and console as well.
Yeah, so of course
더
preparing these kinds of quality of life changes as well, and we'll give you more information on this for console as well, on the timeline for that when we're ready to share that.
Was there one particular partner who have been using this method?
I'm not going to name any names here.
I'm not.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I can't say I'm innocent from that as well. I mean, like we all do it, no?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
But I think it's going to be it is going to be nice to have
Authentic
like,
PvP experience, I
authentic
guess.
PvP experience as
fair,
well as
fair
just
play or
well,
fair
yeah,
ground,
as well as just
equal
like
ground.
a lot of these were like quote unquote workarounds that people just kind of learn as
Yeah.
they learn the game. Let's just keep it simple, right? It's like you fight, oh, I got caught. Okay.
You did.
Learn from that.
Yep. Additionally, you know, we wanted to make PvP more intuitive, more, you know, so you know, as how we have already super armor and frontal guard or invincibility, like icon next to your character's name, right? We're gonna have implement similar thing for CC effects. So it'll be more easier to identify if you landed a CC on opponent or not. Yeah, I think this, you know, will become convenient, especially for newer players who are starting to learn or get into the PvP. So it looks like the escape or emergency escape changes will be applied on July 5th for KR.
And then the status effects
Will be on
the
July
icons will
19th
be
with
July 19th for
KR,
KR.
Arena of Solar.
And with Arena Solar update. And of course these are dates that will be shared a little bit later for console when we're ready to prepare this content.
너무나도 감사한다는 생각이 듭니다. 예.
Uh-oh. What do we have here?
이라고 했나? 내가
Maybe we can bump the audio a little bit.
그나저나 언제까지 이 매구님을 기다리게 할 거야?
뭐야?
Who is that?
원래
Oh, she said her
이거예요?
name.
아니 뭐 성우님 같은 거예요? 매구가 지금 저한테
Yeah,
얘기를
it
한
looks
거예요?
like Megu
Looks
was
like he
speaking
got
to MC Hyojun.
보시죠.
Let's take a look.
모두들 안녕. 날 보러 와준 거야? 연애가 열린다고 해서 우리 동생도 따돌리고 왔는데 어쩜 조용하기만 하네? 거기에 빤히 바라보는 건 잊지 마고 신나는 풍악 한번 올려줄래? 이제 이 자도방 간판 마누라 매그님의 무대가 시작될 거거든.
아이고 이쁘다.
Where's my reroll
Alrighty.
coupon? Where's my reroll coupon?
I mean, we gave some guild stuff.
Alright, time to reroll.
네,
Yeah, if you're looking for reroll coupons, we printed an event.
Yeah, yeah. We do have a guild attendance
We do have
reorder
a
that's
guild
going
attendance
on right
reward
now.
this event, yeah.
Pretty juiced, I'd say.
Yeah. If you're looking to reroll the Megu, be sure to check that out.
Yep.
So yes, of course, Megu Awakening has been on the tip of our tongue for a very long time, and we're very excited to share some more details on her. Of course, she's always been the playful one of the twins. So her dancing feels a little different, and her fan play also feels very different from Megu's, or sorry, from Wusa's. So, of course, Wusa only had one fan. Megu holds two fans as her awakening weapons. And she utilizes her energy in a little bit different way. So while Wusa would generally summon rain, wind, and lightning to fight enemies, Megu accepts the revered fox spirit and unleashes explosive energy. Like she's dancing, she elegantly strikes nearby enemies. So a little bit less based on controlling the weather and a little bit more on her dance.
Yeah, I really love the colors too.
Yeah, it's very interesting pink and kind of purpley.
네, 이번 각성 매고는
So,
고유 특성 강신, 이
here we go. They're
강신이라는
asking about the revered fox spirit.
플레이할 수 있습니다. 강신은
So,
매구와 여우 실력이
Megu has a
완전히
unique
다르다.
characteristic
이런
called
걸
Spirit
의미하고요.
Forged.
이 강신은 따로 단축해 넣거나
And
버프
Spirit
상태에
Forged
동입하는
means
게
that Megu
아니라
has fully
특정
accepted the
기술을
power
사용하면
of the revered
즉시
fox spirit.
발동됩니다.
So
이거는 영상을
instead
보면서 좀더
of
설명을
entering a buff state by
Let's
adding
look
a
at the
separate
video.
key, we're going to take a look at this here.
네, 현재 영상을 보시면 이 매구가 기술을 사용할 때 이 매구가 서 있는 바닥에 이
So
여우를
as you can see in the video,
동그란
there's a sort of
이펙트가
circular
표시되도록
effect
확인할 수
of the
있는데요.
fox's eye
바로
on the
이때
ground where
순간적으로
Megu
이
stands
강신
when she
상태에
uses a
돌입하게 되는
skill.
거고요.
This is
기술과
where
기술을
she's
사용하면
entering
해당
the
기술이
Spirit
조금 더
Forged
강화되는
state.
형태입니다.
And after that, when she
영상을
uses
하나 더
another
보고
skill, it
설명드리겠습니다.
is significantly enhanced. So let's take a look at this
Wow.
video.
네, 방금 보신 기술은 이 도립개 연풍이라는 기술인데 이
So this skill is called
전방으로
Twirling
피해주는
Fox
기술입니다.
Flare, and
현재
it
이
rotates
기술을
forward
이
and
기술
deals
시험은 일반
a
상태에서
significant amount of damage to
사용하고요.
enemies.
말씀드린 것처럼
Here it's in
강신
its
상태에서
normal
바로
state,
사용하면은 조금 더 매섭게
but when
바뀝니다.
it's used
영상 하나 다시
in
보겠습니다.
Spirit Forged state, it becomes even more powerful, as you can see there.
네, 차이점이 느껴지셨는지 모르겠는데
Looks much
지금
faster too.
상태처럼 이 강신
Yeah, and there you go.
상태에
It looks like a much wider area as well.
기술
AOE.
이후에 이 도립개 연풍으로 연계한 모습입니다.
So you can see she uses Ember Claw Torrent, which helps her enter the Spirit Forged state, and then immediately follows up with Twirling Fox Flare in its
그럼
enhanced
이제 이걸
form.
활용해서 실제
Looks like a very smooth combo too.
Yeah.
준비해봤습니다.
So some similar play of using certain skills to combo into other skills to enhance them. I think even maybe similar to how Draconia players use ions.
Wow, how long is that CC? Though.
네, 이런 모습입니다.
So depending on the situation, you can utilize different skills to create sort of your own different playstyle. If you like a certain enhanced skill, then you can be setting that up more often than others, and using preemptive skills to trigger a more powerful skill that you like more often. So unlike Wusa, Megu has always been a little bit more faster, a little bit more dynamic. So her combo play is very essential. So for people who are already pretty familiar with Black Desert, Awakening Megu is going to be right up your alley.
내일이요.
So now that we're asking, okay, when can we see her?
Tomorrow.
When can we meet her? Tomorrow. So you can actually try her out on Global Labs tomorrow, essentially, July 2nd. But it will be updated on July 5th for KR, I believe, and that will be then, of course, that will sort of cascade to the rest of the regions, and we will have more information on that.
For now, we are actively prioritizing on the Lambda the Morning Light contents update at the
course.
moment. but we are looking into bringing Awakening Megu into console around August timeframe. So please stay on the lookout. We'll provide more information as the date comes closer. So,
꽤 오랜
뭐,
시간 오버클럭
I'm excited.
상태가 좀 지속됐습니다.
뭐
So,
앞으로는 어떻게 되나요?
Jaehee is just explaining here that a lot of people had very specific feedback on Succession Megu and how she was very, very strong.
Right.
So they're sort of asking what's going to happen to Succession Megu. They don't plan to significantly reduce her power, but they do want to try and make some more changes to balance her out so that she's a bit more similar to other classes while still having her core sort of essential features.
저희가 작년에 이 밸런스 패치의 주기를 좀 줄이겠다고
So now we're asking Jae-suk, we have some other classes that we want to talk about here. Obviously class balance is a very contentious topic, a very important topic, and so Jae-suk wants to provide some improvements to Awakening Ninja, Awakening Kuno, and Succession Nova.
각성 닌자 영상이요.
What? Is that Armin?
No, he's Succession.
That's true. Maybe he'll swap.
What did that?
이거 그거잖아요.
Was that a stop screen? What was that?
칼안 빼는 거.
네, 맞습니다.
Woo.
That's some anime stuff right there.
This is why I said Armin might actually try it out. For those of you who don't know, Armin picked up Ninja because he was really into anime at the time.
한 번의 발도에 좀 모든 것을 쏟아붓겠다 이런 느낌으로 좀 동작과 계속.
So we've redesigned some movement here and effects to give a different feeling to Ninja, Awakening Ninja, sort of pouring everything out through a single strike of the sword. So you can maintain a forward guard while preparing a strike and waiting for the enemy, and then quickly use it in combination to deal pretty heavy damage. Someone says, as an Awakening Ninja main, I approve of this. Yep.
Nice.
It's a very cool aesthetic, I will say. So kind of freeze frames like that will be really
I don't
cool.
know how it's gonna work mid combo though. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how they play around with it.
Yeah.
So there are going to be some changes applied to the PC Global Labs for people to check out and provide some feedback on and get some more iterations on. And as Jae-suk is mentioning here as well, they are also planning to improve Awakening Kuno and Succession Nova, and those will also be talked about a little bit later. But in terms of PvP, through this whole section of PvP, we're mainly looking to improve this sort of experience of PvP. So changing how emergency escape works is going to be something very important. So this is actually pretty big. Emergency escape is going to be usable out of knockdown. Pretty sweet. So MC is asking about a new class here. Maybe
not this time.
Not this time.
Yep.
Maybe a little later.
Yep. So we wanted to focus on the existing classes.
Exactly.
We have a lot of classes right now. So we wanted to address some of this, their capabilities. So we'll be focusing on that for now.
So, do you want to be talking a little bit about what we have going on here?
Yep. So this looks like Megu, but let's see what we'll see here. Doesn't look good.
I think it's dramatic.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
What could that be?
Such a cool aesthetic. I wonder if every class can walk across the water to get here.
She's in trouble.
So you may know from looking at previous Land in the Morning Light content, there are new bosses in Land in the Morning Light. Oof.
네, 지금 보신 것처럼
Right. So what you just saw was the 10th boss of the Land of the Morning Light called Imugi.
네, 채팅창 보니까 이제
So
사당이냐,
PC
피고냐
currently
얘기가
has
나오는데
initial launch came with 9 different
지금
bosses.
보신 것처럼
This is
이무기
going to be a new
가운데
addition.
재단 같은 오브젝트를 두고 이 오브젝트를
The final 10
정리하면서
boss, or I
공격해오는
don't know if it's final or not, but
공격을
it's the
피하는
10th
게
boss
핵심
that will be added.
그래서 공격권의 주도가 나한테 있는 게
Yeah, so
아니라
new Land in the Morning Light
이무기한테
boss,
있기 때문에 다른
which is super cool
우두머리들과는
because
좀
all those
다른
bosses are
느낌을
really
많이 줄 수
sweet.
있을 것
Yeah.
같고요.
So
재밌게
you could
즐겨주셨으면
you could notice you have noticed that Megu was fighting in this isolated area, very limited area. So well, this boss it looks like it's gonna come out for July 5th for KR to the Black Shrine.
네, 어떤 거죠?
현재 저희 검은 사당 관련해서 좀
So with the release of Land of the Morning Light, there have been a lot of feedbacks about the content of the boss blitz. And one of them was like the location issues, lag issues, and which was the most common from the boss. So we wanted to add some more mechanic or more possibilities for players to use invincibility skills to avoid some of the monster skills, and there are still like differences between capabilities between the classes, so we wanted to also address that, and we're continuing to improve this through patches, and also like fix issues like the location lag and inconsistency between attack motions and directions.
보상 이야기도 좀 나오는 것 같긴 합니다.
Another feedback obviously is the rewards of the Black Shrine. So like the Calamity 7, which is the highest difficulty for the Black Shrine, a lot of the adventurers have been saying the rewards were somewhat lacking compared to its difficulty.
It's super hard.
Yeah, it's I only seen some people, only minor people do it, right? But we're gonna improve the reward to feel more rewarding, right? So you're going to be able to obtain up to dual grade Deboreka earring. So compared to you're originally able to get up to like normal Deboreka earring, which is the new earring that was added with the Land of the Morning, right? Now you can get up to second, like the dual grade of the earring. So that will be
and they're talking about a new feeling like a hero when you
right?
defeat this thing.
So not only addition to reward, we're gonna give additional perks of clearing Calamity level 7. So if you complete it, we'll give worldwide buff for AP 1 based on the monster with Sun Feebled bosses. And you'll get DP plus 1 buff for the server if you defeat the Moon Feebled boss.
And a drop rate up.
Yep,
for
and
defeating
the Earth Feeble boss, you'll get drop rate 20%. So it's gonna be like a golden bell.
It's like
right?
a golden bell. It's like if you defeat Calamity 7, you golden bell the world with either an AP, DP, or drop rate.
Right.
Bell.
So
That's nuts.
right. So obviously there's gonna be a time limit on the buff itself. So for right now, yep, 3 hours. Once you clear the Calamity 7, you'll be able to apply the buff server-wide. But if another adventurer uses it, it will reset the cooldown, like the duration of the buff to 3 hours. So I think it's a really nice function because you can also see who cleared the level 7.
You get to feel like a hero because it's
Yeah.
like when you put a bell up, everyone gets to see who did it.
Yeah.
If you defeat Calamity 7, then everyone gets to see, oh wow, like this guy defeated Calamity 7. Congrats and thank you for the buff.
Yeah. So I guess you can like if you want to go grinding or something like that, you can ask your guildmate to clear this Calamity 7 for me, so I can go get that extra drop rate buff.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting. Definitely more incentive to try for the hardest level, hardest difficulty of the Black Shrine.
And they're also saying it's currently going to apply for Calamity 7, but that can potentially change in the future as higher levels are introduced.
Right. So it looks like potentially we might get up to level 10 Calamity. Yeah,
지금은
that's
최고 난이도가 7제 신이기 때문에 이 버프의 기준을 7제 신으로 잡은 거고요.
yeah. So yeah, right now the highest level is 7,
10제
but
신을 기준으로
so the
버프가
buff that we
활성화되도록
designed for right now is applying for 7. You know, it could be updated further on for to meet the higher difficulty of Calamity level 10 once that eventually comes out.
네, 다음 이야기들을 내용은 대양입니다.
Which I'm sure would be even more nuts.
Yep.
So next we're going to look at some ocean content. A lot of people ask about ocean content whenever we host a Heidel or Calpheon Ball or a late night talk. It's a pretty big topic for a lot of people because the Great Ocean update was some time ago, and players are really looking for more things to do in the ocean. So previously we added special barter, trade limits, other stuff, but the team feels like it's not enough. So there's some new news for our sailors here.
준비하고 있는 것들에 대해서 좀 이야기 드리겠습니다.
네, 대양에 관련된 이야기 시작해 보도록 하겠습니다.
Yep.
가장 먼저 해풍과 해류가 있는데
So the first thing that we're going to be taking a look at is when sailing, wind and currents were always a concern, sort of looking at exactly where you're going. We're looking to remove the current as a factor while leaving the wind as a factor.
Thank God. I'm not gonna say that.
So no more like conflicting directions or whatnot. It's like set your sails for what makes sense for the wind. And even if there's a headwind, lowering the sails is not going to slow down your sailing speed because it's no longer has any influence from the current.
Yep. It's always frustrating when you come back from the the Great Ocean and coming back to the mainland. It's yeah.
So for bartering, we've looked to adjust the value of the top 5 great items up to a maximum of 50%. And additionally, there's going to be a new first mate sailor that will allow people to set boat abilities more diversely. The first mate doesn't take up a separate slot, but instead it requires some more cabins than regular sailors. So, for instance, if you hire Dret Domugrat, the Princess of Serendia, she will cost you double, but provide triple the amount of stats. Yep. Or you can provide an effect where the breezy sail is faster with crews on board. So there's a variety of different new things to choose from with the first mate. One thing that players talk about a decent amount with ocean content is getting stuck on islands or other random terrain. And so the team really wants to be able to increase the range to which you can call your ship by double to alleviate this problem. And of course also looking to fixes for some of these points of the terrain. Now there is going to be something new added here, a powerful pirate fleet.
Monsters.
Yes, consists of 5 to 10 ships. Well, sorry, the existence of fleet implies 5 to 10 ships. So the strategy here is going to be to defeat them while trying to avoid getting surrounded, because that would spell disaster.
So you need to fight one by one, try to defeat them one by one.
We also have a new kind of monster called the Flying Fish.
Oh, flying fish.
Wow. There it is. It was designed on the concept of sea harpies. And it has a Void Moretta, which lures and attacks sea creatures, like Hikaru with its own power. So the key is to attack the Void Moretta.
It's like an evil mermaid. Oh.
Exactly, yeah. So we've already touched on treasures and stuff before today, but there is one treasure that has a very specific requirements.
Oh, yep. Oh, it's very difficult to get it right.
And for those ship enthusiasts, that is the Ebenruth's Knoll. And so these requirements are going to be removed.
As you can see, this is the previous one on the left. This the changed item will be on the right.
So for those of you who've gotten this very exclusive ship-related item, some more quality of life for you. One other thing is we're going to upgrade the guild galley. Let's take a look. Let's see. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. The bigger one is obviously the new updated.
No, I think it's the smaller one.
Oh yeah.
So we made it way bigger, and it has way more cannons. We also added a small but pretty interesting feature. So on the guild galley here, there's going to be a small little space on the hole that you can enter, and you can climb into it like it were a flame tower. And you and your guild can go in this little area and play a little mini game.
Is it what I think it is?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can go in the hole, you can play this little mini game, and up to 8 adventurers can play the mini game, and if you're successful, the ship will move faster. So your guild can go and row.
Yeah, if all 8 can like do the mini game successfully, I'm assuming that your boat gets faster. Like
so of course it isn't mandatory, but a small little mini game to do with your guildies, and your boat will move faster if you complete it successfully.
Yeah, because a lot of times when you go to Vel or something like that, you just hang on the on top of the boat.
And I can imagine for guild ships being used a lot in War of the Roses, it may be very important to go as fast as you possibly can.
Right.
So we're talking about a lot of different ocean updates. They're planning to divide a lot of these things into different patch dates. So some more information will be coming out on exactly when all of these things are coming out. And of course for console, we'll be providing more information when we are able to share of exactly when new ocean stuff will be coming.
I'm most excited about the buff to the firing profit.
I thought that you were going to be the most excited about the little mini game.
Mini game? I mean, I don't have a guild, to be honest. I'm a loner, so I don't know. I don't have friends to roll with.
You got to join one for those guild login rewards, my guy. Yeah, if anyone wants GM Stars End in Guild, please world chat it.
Yeah, so mid-August looks like for KER, and we'll have more information for global launch or console launch.
Yes, yeah. So as was mentioned, some of this stuff will be coming out, I think, on the July 19th for global, or sorry, for KR, and then it will be sort of worked into other patches along the way. Yep.
So on to the next topic. Obviously, we can't. We have to talk about it, right? QOL updates. We always look to improve our quality of life experience for all the players, and one of the QOL updates that we wanted to bring was the inventory category. So I believe you mentioned it before. Right now it's very difficult for some people, right? For some people, some adventurers might have difficulty with organizing their inventory.
Dude, Ash's inventory is an absolute disaster.
Oh, I don't want to see it. But yeah, you can see on the screen, you can categorize it by the category of item. Yeah, looks pretty clean. I think it will help a lot of players like GM Ash. Obviously, I'm sure there are a lot of people like that too, right? Or there's like some people like me who have to organize it, like I never use the auto filter or auto arrangement.
Stuff always moves around so much when you auto filter it that it's really hard to keep track of where everything is.
Yeah, so nice QL change. It's definitely going to be easier to sort through your items, locate where your items are, because we have a lot of items and we have a lot of inventory spaces. So
yeah, and as they mentioned, it's going to be applied not only to your main inventory but also to Pearl and family inventory.
Right. Some vendors asking about the storage.
창고도 한번 연구해 보겠습니다.
So, but Jaehee's going to look into the storage as well for the function.
Mm-hmm.
그리고 이제 가방 이야기가 나와서
So, you know, talking about the inventory,
부분이기도 하잖아요.
you know, a lot of the new players, novice players, novice adventurers, one of the struggles that they find once they start playing.
You get a lot of
Desert.
stuff
Yeah.
from the beginning quests. Yeah.
So a lot of times they run out of inventory spaces too, right? So what we implemented was a novice bag. So it's going to be a special bag for new players, right? They will be able to access this bag, you know, which you know, they can store some of the items that they might not be using in the storage bag, the novice bag, and like season items or season pass items and event items. You can dump all the confusing items in the novice bag.
And so this is active while you have the new adventurer buff.
Right.
So this is when you have access to like Olvia servers and other stuff like that.
제공이 되고요. 네.
뭐라고요? 원블로?
보물로라고 얘기하시네요. 네.
Oh, some adventurers asking that they should make it as a treasure item too.
Oh, maybe. Maybe we could see it as a treasure item later.
Yeah, he's gonna go and discuss about it. I don't know. It's a bag for the novice though. I mean, that was the intention, but we'll see.
Yeah, let's let the new players have their fun first.
아까 처음에 얘기했던 재성님이 얘기했던 카테고리.
So the categorization update will be updated on July 12th.
해드리고 싶어서 7월 12일에
Yep,
적용하겠습니다.
and also the novice bag. So yeah, for KR first.
Someone says professional bag? No, baby bag.
Baby bag.
Yep, got your little baby bag as a new player.
창고에다가 넣어놓고 뭐 불러오기 이거 절대 안 하거든요. 그리고 넣어야 될지 말아야 될지도 모르니까 들고 다니다가 뭐 정말로
Yeah,
가방만
I mean,
갖고 있을
like we see a lot from a lot of new players. They don't know what items is valuable and what item is, you know, may not be worth too
We get
much.
the question a lot when
Yeah.
we're on season servers. Players are like, "What the heck am I doing with all this stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
Do I sell
can
it?
I sell it? Can
Yeah.
I put it in market? Like, what is
Discard it?
happening?" Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully
it's gonna
this
be nice.
will, yeah, definitely alleviate some of those issues that
This is something that Lemuria talks about all the time. Too.
아니면 아이템 개수를 줄이거나 뭐 이제 오래돼서 비슷한 아이템들은 좀 통합하거나 이런 정리가 좀 필요할 것 같고요.
So yeah, we are also looking into, obviously this is not the only solution. Bringing novice back, we're going to like try to optimize and organize some of the existing items, reduce the number of items that are available, unnecessary items, right?
Oh, so someone says it should look like a fanny pack. I agree, actually. If it's added as a treasure item, it should be a fanny pack. And it should be cosmetic. It should actually show up on your character.
Wow, sounds cool.
That'd be sweet.
Isn't that too small though, fanny bag? You know.
네, 또 있습니다.
Well, I mean, you can carry the rest of your inventory just in your pockets, so...
장착한 만들겠습니다.
So yeah, another thing is we're coming up with gathering tool exclusive slot. So you might be wondering, what is that? But right now there are multiple gathering methods and different gathering tools. So you, like, if you and a lot of the times players have their own life scaling characters and combat or PvP or PvE characters separately. But if you like run as a PvP character and you see like some gathering thing that you want to, lucky hour or something like that you want to gather, it's difficult because you don't have the right
You
tools.
gotta swap
right?
stuff out, yeah.
Yeah. So no, although we have the like the tool Lena's tool bag before that we implemented recently, we wanted to do more to make some convenient updates to players who have this kind of problems.
So like, for instance, if you're using the Liana's tool bag, that takes up your life slot. But say you wanted to start processing, and you have like a processing stone, you'd have to swap it out because you can't put the processing stone in the Liana's tool bag.
Right.
So this is going to be some additional QOL for people who have lots of different tools.
Right. As you can see on the screen. So there is going to be an exclusive slot for gathering.
이렇게 좀 구성을 해봤고요.
Yep, and you can easily swap between life the tools.
기본 채집을 할 수 있도록 다 개발을 하고 있습니다. 그래서 이제 전용 채집 도구를 사용하는 것보다는 속도는 좀 느릴 수 있지만 이제 채집 활동이 중간에 강제로 끊기는 뭐 그런 현상은 좀 이제 없어질 거라고 보고 있고요. 쉽게 설명드리면 이제 낚시를 하다가 내구도가 다 달면 멈추잖아요.
그렇죠.
근데 이제 낡은 낚싯대 같은 걸로 계속 이어서 낚시를 하는 그런
So
형태라고
yeah, they're just
이해하시면 될것
explaining
같습니다.
here like, oh, this is the
이거는
durability
박수
thing.
받아도
You should go over
괜찮은,
this too.
편의성 업데이트 같아요.
네, 그리고
So,
지금 화면 보시면
one of the things that they're
지금
talking
장착하는
about here
왼쪽 위에
is,
버튼이 두개 있잖아요.
네.
저게 사실상 프리스택
so
같은 거라고 보시면 될 것 같고요.
interrupting your gathering
이
activity.
기능이
Let's say your tool
순환되면은
runs out of
장점이 하나 더
durability.
있습니다. 이 채집 도구
One of
중에
the things that we're
낚싯대하고
adding here
화성총
is
이런 건 이제
you can
주먹이
still
슬슬
use the
좀
tool when it
점유하기
has zero
때문에
durability, but
매번
just
좀
that its
갈아 끼워야 되는
efficiency
불편함이
is
있었는데요.
vastly reduced.
Yep.
이제
So you don't
패치가
necessarily have to
되면은
use the
이
tools.
단축키
You can
하나만으로
we made it so
바로바로
that you can even like
낚시
gather
모드,
with
수정
using bare
모드,
hands,
전투
but
모드로
it's not
조정할 수
obviously
있습니다.
like you said, it's not as
그리고 이것
efficient.
때문에
Yep.
이 낚싯대를 착용하면은 이 주무기와 보조무기에 좀
So we're also talking
털상이 좀
about the
장착해주는
instances
이슈가
where it's
있었는데
very difficult to
이것도
switch
함께
out
해결이
between
됩니다.
weapons or like the fishing
좋다.
rod. So
이거
we
진짜
added a
좋다.
different slot for it too, right?
와, 짱이다 이거.
Because normally that would take your main hand slot, and you'd have to keep equipping it, unequipping it.
So yeah, you can with this patch you can like switch between fishing,
계산하는
hunting,
건데
or
저희가
like
좀
combat, right?
아이템이랑 연관이
Just
돼
using a
있어가지고
simple
충분한
hotkeys
좀 테스트를 한 다음에 좀
to switch
적용하려고
between
하고요.
the
현재는 9월 중에
tools.
업데이트하는 걸 목표로 하고 있습니다.
No more like,
고맙습니다. 네.
you know, you finish
그거
fishing and you have to like
충분합니다.
fish through your
네.
inventory, like where's my main weapon? Okay, equip it.
Right.
Run to the person, sell your stuff,
Yep.
come back,
아직
equip the fishing. It's like boom, you can just hockey
yeah,
it.
especially
Super
like
nice.
when there's the different activities that you can do with the life skilling, like the
Exactly.
matchlock, using matchlock and all that. Another QL is going to be the pet
이거
level.
제거되는군요.
We are removing the pet level. Right now, you have
That doesn't
to-
mean that they're all level 1.
No.
It means that you don't have to level them up anymore.
Nope, you don't have to level up anymore, so you don't have to keep feeding them. You don't have to like set them to agile and wait for them to deplete their stamina and feed them and repeat over and over again. Now everyone, all the pets will have, you know, level 10 abilities at get-go.
Immediately,
yep.
So it's not that like we're getting rid of levels per se. It's just basically they're always going to be level 10. It's
Yep.
like you get a new tier pet, you like increase it to tier 4 or whatever, it's instantly at whatever the level 10
또 아마
ex-
많은 멤버들이 굉장히 좋아하실
abilities
것
were.
같은데
Yep, another QL
뭐
improvement, which I feel like a lot of players or a lot of adventurers might enjoy or might be excited for, is that the investments that you put into node will be when you extract it from, when you like withdraw your contribution from the node, it usually is also, you know, deleted, right? So that is not going to happen anymore. Even if you withdraw a contribution from the node, whatever energy that you have invested in that node previously is going to be, you know, continued.
Permanently
So,
preserved.
Yep, permanently preserved.
Which is great.
Yeah. So, like, you know, there's a lot of instances, for example, like if you want to farm Blood Oath, right, and you invest a level 20 to the node, you usually, you know, like withdraw the contribution when you're done with farming the Blood Oath. But
Well, you know, like when you own a territory, then you get
Yeah.
additional buffs there for like
Right.
increasing nodes. So it's
Right.
like sometimes it's like, okay, hey, our guild owned this territory, but now
Yeah.
we own a different territory, so I need to swap my contribution to go activate that node. At least you can keep your progress on the previous spot now.
another thing that players, adventurers have been asking for a lot was being able to contribute energy from character selection screen or not having to swap back every time. You know, this obviously is not something, it's unfortunately not an easy fix that they can do, so it's gonna take some time, but we're still looking into it. So yeah, we wanted to ask for your patience, and you know, hopefully we can bring it very soon.
이거는 오래 걸리더라도 저희가 좀 의지를 가지고
But yeah, definitely in the works, definitely something that we want to go forward with. So we heard your voice,
깊은 상담을
energy
한번
contribution
해보시면
from different characters.
그리고 이거 하는 김에
Hopefully we can make it
하나
easy
더
very
하고
soon.
싶은 게 있는데요.
네.
이것도 굉장히 많이 공감하실 것 같은 거점 투자 하시다 보면은 가장 귀찮은 게 있으실 거예요. 네, 매번 이제
Yeah,
기본
I've personally
투자하려고
seen the suggestion a lot,
캐릭터를
even in the
바꿔서
console
투자하고
channels,
Right.
where a lot of people will say, "Hey, can I just do this?" And-
Especially you have like 20 different characters or something
yeah,
like
exactly.
that.
You have to keep
Go
swapping
back.
them. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, we saw this change to like
Yeah.
moving inventory between characters. It's
Yep.
like we want to make sure that it's easier to access your character's resources.
Yep.
So something that the team is definitely still looking into.
Right, a lot of QOL stuff recently I think have been added. I think this will be a great addition again.
기존 우리 고인물 여러분들, 아니 고인물이란다는 괜찮죠? 고인물 여러분들이나 신규 유저분들이나 모두에게 좋은 것들이
Yeah.
너무 많네요, 그죠?
What's your favorite QOL update so far?
와, 진짜 너무 좋은 패치가 많아서. 네.
Let me see. There were actually a lot of them. I think probably the gathering tool one. I always keep a match lock on me for definitely not for RP reasons or anything. But being able to swap it out very quickly is very important to me. So I'm actually pretty excited for that.
아유, 잘 부탁드리겠습니다. 아, 너무나도 좋은 패치들인 것 같습니다. 네.
네, 그리고 마지막으로 이
So what do we got?
편의성
What do we got here?
패치와 패치 몇 가지를 좀 준비해서
We got some convenience patches for console.
일단 현재
Let's
콘솔에
go!
리스원
I'm sorry, I
마그누스가
picked the mic.
없는
Let's
상태이기
go!
때문에
Here we go. All right.
Yep. So obviously, you know, if you talk about Land of Morning Light, we're gonna ask, hey, what are we doing with Magnus? We don't have Magnus yet, and we don't have Magnus storage yet. So in order to resolve that issue, we are going to be putting in a console-specific quest line in order to obtain Magnus storage. So what Magnus storage is, for some of you who might not know, it's basically being able to access all the storages within one storage. So
Yeah.
even with the maid.
And also, as they just explained here, doing that quest line will activate the combined storage, and it will also activate the Magnus-specific skills. So all of you who've been asking for Magnus skills, they are coming to console.
Magnus skills coming. In addition, we're also adding one of the preset functions for the ring menu. So a lot of players have been asking for, hey, I want to try different ring menu for different style of activities that I'm doing in game. So yeah, we're going to be adding the ring menu, and all this will be available. Not all, but the central store, the combined storage will be coming on,
And Magnus skills.
and the Magnus skills will be coming to us on July 26th.
That's with
And-
Land of the Morning Light.
Yep, and the preset ring menu will be coming to us on August.
And also to mention that ring menu thing, we're going to be adding more things to the ring menu as well. So we get a lot of people asking about putting Agris on the ring menu.
Yep.
We're going to expand the usage of the ring menu to be able to really take care of everything that players want to put on there.
Right. Pretty good QOL update, I'd say. Yep, and I know
Yeah,
a lot of
no,
people have been
super,
asking for
super
Magnus skills. Yeah.
I've been waiting for mine. But yes, Magnus skills soon. So now the team's going to be going over a new summer event. We're heading into summer here.
대신에 준비한 게 있는데
And a lot of people are like, oh, are we getting Termian? But let's take a look at what it's going to be this time. Wow. That looks sweet.
네.
Yeah.
진짜 영공이네요.
네, 용궁 맞습니다.
It's like
정식 명칭은 수궁이라고 하는데요.
themed from one of the folklores from Korea,
Yeah, okay.
mythology as well. It's themed
So
around
this
it.
it's called the Dragon Palace. Official name is the Sea Palace. So the team is looking to prepare something that's completely new, not just like Termian. And there's going to be sort of various little events and mini games and stuff that will be in this palace.
네, 일단 수궁에서는 여러 가지 좀 이벤트 준비하고 있고요. 대표적으로는 이 아침의 날에 어울리는
So various little
모티브로
events
미니게임 하나를
to sort of
준비했습니다.
match the motif of
예상되실
Land of the
것
Morning
같은데
Light folklore, which
별주부전입니다.
comes from a lot of Korean folklore.
I'm
I'm gonna need your help on this one.
별주부전.
That. So this is the story of a tortoise that goes to get a rabbit's liver to save a sick dragon king,
직접 토끼가 되어서
but he gets
탈출을
tricked by the
해야
rabbit.
아니면 거북이가
And
되어서
so
거기에
now
가는
adventurers will
때는
be able to
뺏어서
become a
용왕께
rabbit, and they
바쳐야
need
되는
to escape
뭐
from
이런
the
방식의
palace.
술래잡기 이벤트를
Or
진행할 수
they can
있습니다.
become the tortoise that needs to get the liver. It's like tag.
네, 그리고
Very
세계적으로
cute.
유명한
I like the
거가
rabbit and the
토끼와
turtle.
I really like the rabbit
Yeah,
and the
it's
turtle.
like the new
I'm-
Papua and Creole.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy that we're getting
달리기
Morning Light
대결은
Yeah.
because we get these new
시간마다
two
좀
races.
개최가
Right.
되고요. 모험가라면 그래서 승자를 예측해가지고 소소한 보상을 얻을 수도 있습니다.
Yep, so there will be sort of a famous rabbit and turtle race. Adventurers can pick who they think will win the race, and they can win little small prizes.
걸수 있는 건 아니고요.
And you won't use silver, but you'll use specific event coins instead.
Sounds very fun.
Yep, so we're hoping, team is really hoping that players enjoy this event here.
이벤트로 즐기실 수 있으니까.
Now he's asking, "Hey, when
즐기셨으면
are we going to see
좋겠다는
this?"
생각이 드네요.
네, 재밌게 즐겼으면 좋겠고요. 그리고 추가로 이제 이번에 수공이 업데이트되면 이 토끼와 거북이로 둔갑할 수 있는 아이템도 있으니까요. 재미있게 좀 즐겨주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
그럼 이것도 혹시 업데이트가 빠른가요?
네, 7월 26일입니다.
와.
잘 준비해서 뭔가 여러분들이 좀
So I believe for KR, this is
시원한
going to be 7/26. So that is July 26th. Looking to tease out the new sort of summer little event region.
준비해주셨다는 생각이 드는데 너무나도 즐거울 것 같습니다. 근데 말이죠, 아까 그 영상 중에
And our commentator is actually asking about a couple things that they saw.
Was there something in the trailer? I think I might have missed it.
I saw a lot of new things in
Oh,
that
really?
trailer, but I
Okay.
think looks like he picked out a new outfit.
Oh.
So can you help me pronounce this one as well?
I want you to try it. I want to hear you try it.
Yodium?
Not even
Yodum?
close.
Yodum? Help
Oh.
me.
여름.
Yodum?
여름.
Yodum.
Yep.
Okay. I couldn't see it in Korean. I only saw it in like Englishified
Oh, you learned
version.
Korean.
Well, that's what I mean. Is I don't have the Korean
Close
characters
enough.
to
I'll
pronounce
say
it.
close
Okay,
enough.
Yodum
Approved. Okay.
outfit.
Yep.
Yes, so we're preparing a new outfit for summer. This Yodum outfit is the
That
first
looks really
concept
good.
outfit to be designed for summer.
다음 주 7월 5일에 업데이트될 예정입니다.
And it's scheduled to be released on July 5th. I believe that is either KR or perhaps PC Global. And we will, of course, be seeing this when it is released for console as well, because July 5th is not our update week, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's I think very themed around Korean traditional hanbok as well.
Yeah.
It's very creative. I like the way they made it into redesigned it as a swimsuit style. So
Yeah.
very pretty. I really like it.
It is super nice.
Yep.
그러니까 여름 의상 이름이 여름.
So Yodum, does that mean something?
So
They're saying it means summer.
이름을 좀 고민해봤는데
Kind of.
So, yeah, we debated a lot about what to name it, right? But we feel that 여름, which is translation for summer itself, is pretty very meaningful. So we decided to name it 여름 outfit.
예쁘다.
Cool.
그렇게 얘기하니까 굉장히 예쁘네요.
So it's going to use the same pronunciation,
Yep.
even overseas. I do know with Morning Light, a couple pronunciation things got shifted around to bring it more in line with how things are pronounced in KR,
Right.
which is sort of a standardization to make sure everything's like
Yep.
more standardized and in how it's pronounced for anything that is sort of a Korean-based
Right.
name.
Yep.
Mhm.
Ooh, what is
Oh,
that?
so we have one more thing to show, more summer stuff.
귀엽다.
And here we go.
네, 작년 여름에
So last summer we
저희가
mentioned that we were going to make some
만들다가
swimsuits, some new
만들다가
swimsuits.
말씀드렸던 수영복입니다.
So
기존에
Here we
출시했던
go.
MB 비키니나 마르틸로
Got some new
스윙스트 같은 형태의 수영복이고요.
So it's a swimsuit that's pretty similar to the NV bikini or the Martillo swimsuit that we had released before, and we hope that you like these new
여름
ones.
이벤트 그리고 이제 여름 의상 수영복까지 봤습니다. 선물 같은 건 혹시?
아, 네, 당연히.
Oh, now he's fishing.
저는
Now he's fishing.
마음이 그냥 예.
선물 준비했는데
네.
화면 보여주시겠어요?
All right, let's look at the screen.
Alrighty, so new summer event and new summer outfits. Do we have any gifts?
So it's going to be the Thankful Premium outfit, Treasurable Memory outfit, and that is another outfit. What's that one?
아, 열어보고 싶습니다.
Well, it says it. I just can't read it very well.
Yeah. It's a type of outfit box I haven't seen before.
Yeah,
여러분
it's a new one.
한 개 더, 한 개.
He's fishing for more.
He's just fishing. They're all fishing. Oh,
지금 모험가님들이 뭐라고 하시는데요, 제이님?
All right, chat. Let's shout it out.
아, 네, 많이 기다리시는.
Chad, did you like the
분들께서,
swimsuits?
네,
They look pretty cool.
이렇게 끝나면 아쉬우니까.
아까 저기 마술쇼 할 때 누가 뭐 먹어가지고 굉장히 기뻤다라는.
Okay,
분인데.
so we're gonna go and skip this video.
네,
But
이제
we do
저희
have something
시간이
prepared,
끝나서
of course,
마무리하고
for
있습니다.
everyone who's been so
마지막
diligently
선물
watching our
준비했습니다.
broadcast.
좀 선물 좀 주세요.
네, 뭐 드릴지 다 알고 계실 것
He's
같은데.
All right, you know what it is.
크론석 4,000개.
Well, yeah,
All
everyone
right,
knows.
4,000
everyone-
crown stones.
Oh yes, here we go. So we're gonna give 4,000 cron stones for this
Huge.
festa.
Wow.
So we're gonna give 2,000 now, and then we're going to give an additional 2,000 as a special login reward. So 2,000 for watching our broadcast, and then 2,000 more as you log in over the next couple days.
And of course, this is not the end.
Yes, so 15.
Jay's Hammer.
Let's go, Jay's Hammer. Of
150
course,
stack.
of course, Jay's Hammer, and of
Can't-
course,
you can't-
Vice Box.
And Jay's special box.
Yes, I think we got Jay's special box 1 and 2.
That's 2.
Yeah.
Jay's Hammer. Let's go.
제이의 우직한 망치 그리고 발크스의 조언, 제이의 특별한
What
상장.
are you
All right.
using your hammer?
You know what it is. It's gonna be my tap black star.
Yeah,
Today's the day. Today's the day.
아,
Starzen's been working on this freaking Black Star for way too long,
No.
and it won't go. It never goes.
One day, you know. One
Yeah.
day. If you
Well,
if
maybe
you see a
today.
pen black star today, that's me. Chat.
그 제이님이 가장 많이 떠셨던.
Yeah, and then they can invite you to a guild,
Yeah.
so you can get the guild
아,
rewards.
네, 오늘 너무 이렇게 좋아해 주셔서 감사합니다.
Yeah. So I think that's all the announcements or all the
아, 네.
topics that we have prepared for today. So, a lot of big news, especially for console, right?
Yeah, a lot of big stuff for console.
Yeah.
Land on the Morning Light is massive. I mean, that's an entirely new region.
Yeah.
And it's the newest region.
Right.
So, really getting to be able to try a lot of the stuff that has been coming out in sort of promo material, and watching other partners, like PC partners playing and stuff, we'll be able to play this pretty soon.
Very soon. July 26th. So we'll also be doing a short recap after the,
Yeah, we'll be doing our own little recap after the KR stream ends today with some of our own special stuff. So please do stick around. We will have one last giveaway during then as well. Yeah, so Jaehee and the rest of the team here is just really thanking the audience. So for Festa, the reason it's sort of branded Festa this time around, it's a little bit of different sort of setup. There's a live event going on in Korea that's sort of the Festa aspect of it, and I'm sure you've seen some of the crowd shots in here. Now, the Ball has had live events before, but this is an even much larger sort of Festa festival. So it's a new format that the team is trying out this time. So yeah,
let's give Jay a little bit moment while he closes us out.
검은 사막만 그런지는 저는 잘 모르겠는데 저희 데이터를 좀 살펴보면 CBT부터 지금까지 계속 즐기시는 모험가분들이 굉장히 많이 계셔서 저희가 깜짝깜짝 놀라곤 하는데, 그래서 오늘 그때 추억을 좀 돌아보면서 마무리 인사를 드리고 싶습니다. 지금 이제 제 뒤에 화면에 보이시는 이미지가 조만간 모험가 여러분들께 드릴 작지만 저희 마음을 담은 선물인데요. 검은 사막이 최초 공개됐을 때 함께 보여드렸던 레인저, 금수랑, 무사의 외형을 현재 리마스터된 그래픽 버전으로 좀 재현을 해봤습니다. 네, 이 외형은 곧 이제 게임에 적용될 예정이고요.
So as Jae is explaining here, as you may be a little nostalgic for the very early versions of some of these classes, their hairstyles, Ranger, Tamer, Musa.
Yep. We're gonna add them remaster style into the game for those characters.
마음에 드셨으면 좋겠고요.
So yeah.
저희 검은 사막이
And these are for people who've been following it since the really early days.
즐거움이고 행복이고
To take a look at some new cosmetics or some old cosmetics but remastered.
다양하고 다 다를 것 같습니다. 저희에게도 이제 특히 저에게도 검은 사막은 모험가 여러분들을 만나게 해준 너무 소중한 인연이고요. 앞으로도 이 인연 잊지 않고 잘 간직해서 지켜나가게 노력하겠습니다. 오늘 이렇게 긴 시간, 굉장히 사실 엄청 긴 시간이잖아요. 네,
꽤 긴 시간이었죠. 네.
네, 긴 시간 피곤하실 텐데 끝까지 자리 지키고 응원해 주셔서 정말 감사하고요. 또 방송 보시는 전 세계 모험가분들, 콘솔 모험가분들도 감사드립니다. 감사합니다.
오전 일찍부터 이렇게 찾아주신 모든 모험가님들 그리고 전 세계에서 지켜봐 주시는 모험가님들 앞에서 이렇게 발표를 해주신 그리고 발표를 도와주신 모든 임직원 여러분들 서로가 행복한 이렇게까지 행복한
So yeah, I think we're closing out with the Heidel Ball stream right now. Again,
저는 게임 행사에서
you know, we thank everyone, especially you know, not just like especially NA. Like right now, it's like 2:13 a.m.
Yeah, thank you,
California time.
North American adventurers, if
yeah.
you, especially on the East Coast. If you're on the East Coast, thank you for staying up with us.
Also EU and Asia, of course.
Yeah, for
always being
EU, it's
here.
if you woke up for the stream and potentially your really early morning, and of course Asia, if you've been joining us from your afternoon, thank you.
All the codes, by the way, will be also shared on through our GM note. So if you miss it, we'll just make sure to check back on our official web notice.
Yeah.
We'll have it on our GM note.
Yep, we'll be putting out a GM note with all of the rewards from Festa, and I will be shooting them out through our official Discord as well. So if you miss them throughout the stream, then you can, of course, reference them there.
자 그러면 업데이트 내용들을 한번 뒤에 좀 띄워주셨으면
So it looks like we're just gonna go through overall summary of what has been announced today and their schedule.
선물, 네. 오늘 선물은 총 정리
Yeah, tons of stuff announced for Black
네,
Desert
오늘
and
찾아오신 모든 우리 모험가 여러분께
Rose War, man, we've been talking
감사의
about this for
말씀
so
Yeah,
long.
the
지금 생방송
It was teased a long time ago.
감사의 말씀 드리면서 여기서 연애를 마쳐 볼까 하는데요. 네. 그리고 2023년 하이델 연애 마지막으로 저희가 인사드리면서 끝에 저희가 영상을 하나 준비를 했는데 이 영상
It
보면서
looks like we
이만
prepared a
인사드리도록
video as our
2023년에도
outro.
여러분들
Let's see.
때문에 너무너무 행복했고요.
Cool.
사실
Yeah, let's take a look.
투머치긴 한데 오늘이 사실 제 생일이에요.
Apparently it's the MC's birthday today.
Oh, really?
Happy birthday,
Happy
Hyojun.
birthday.
진짜 진심으로
All right, there's your code.
생일날
There's a code. Go use it.
진행할 수 있어서 너무너무
Thanks,
행복했습니다.
BD
Vaha, can you spam
Festa
it in the chat?
2023.
개발자 여러분 그리고 모험가 여러분 전 세계 모험가 여러분 감사합니다. 제이님.
All right, again, if you missed it, don't worry. We're gonna send it on the chat. We're also going to have it on our GM note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see someone's going to bed. Don't go to bed yet. We're going to cover a couple things for console specific at the end of the stream.
I mean, unless you have heard already everything. So.
Well, fair enough. All right, let's take a look at the video.
Yeah.
So what you may have seen at the very end of this, there was a South American adventurer named Brazil Team who, for pretty much since the service launch, never missed a node war or a conquest war. And they did, unfortunately, pass away relatively recently. So in honor of them, I believe a new wizard statue is going to be erected on SA servers, and potentially globally, just to honor their dedication.
Right.
As they continue to like battle their health condition and continue to play Black Desert even through it. So, to Brazil Team, thank you for your dedication to our game, and you will be missed.
Thank you.
So, that's going to be the end of the KR broadcast for our Black Desert Festa. But before we go, if any of you tuned in a little late or missed anything from the stream, let's go ahead and go through all of our sort of console-specific things. So here's our announcement overview here. So for console, Land of the Morning Light is coming out July 26th. I'm super excited for this. I'm so excited for this. I've been eagerly awaiting sharing this news as it's been in the plan. Additionally, Mythical Horses. Here looks like Vaha started a giveaway.
This one is special.
Yes, so this giveaway is special. Before we get through the rest of the stuff, this giveaway is special. So since we're getting Land of the Morning Light, that means that we're getting the Tebek outfit.
Yes.
It's the new Land of the Morning Light one, which is sweet. I love the outfit.
Best outfit.
It's probably my favorite outfit now. So join this giveaway. We're going to be giving away 10 of these. And of course, since we don't have the outfit yet, this is something where we're going to, on either the update directly before or on the update
It's going to be given out on the 12th.
Gotcha. So the update directly before the Land in the Morning Light update.
So you'll be able to actually wear this before anyone else, on the 26th.
That is true. Yeah, if you win this giveaway, you'll be able to grab the Tebek outfit one update before Land of the Morning Light actually drops, which means that you will be exclusively running around.
Just to add on, the previous raffles as well, the giveaways will also be given out on the 12th.
Yes,
so
that's correct.
If you have been selected, make sure you contact GM Vaha or Black Desert Console,
yes,
our main channel.
Yes, if you did win a prize and you saw your name in chat, be sure to check your DMs on Twitch. Once again, for our YouTube guys, giveaways are on Twitch. Please head over to Twitch. It's just Black Desert Console, at Black Desert Console on Twitch. You can find the giveaway there, and you can join it there. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't have a great poll function for this, so head over to Twitch, and then you can head right back over to YouTube to watch us. So yes, new Tebek outfit is going to be releasing, and you can grab that from this giveaway.
And yes, Shai can wear this outfit as well.
Yes, Shai can wear this outfit. It's her new best in slot, in my opinion.
Yep.
Okay, so back to our updates. Land of the Morning Light, July 26th. Massive. Mythical Horses. So this wasn't actually fully touched on, actually, in the broadcast, but for all the mythical horses that we saw. So we saw Doom today specifically, was like very prominent in our broadcast as it's very new. But for mythical Ardunat and mythical Dine, all three of them are going to be released on July 26th.
Mark your calendar.
Yeah. And for the addition of like extra horse things, like people may be wondering about the new like slash treasure item and the title and stuff, we'll provide more detail on, of course, all the releases for horse related stuff in the future. So be looking out for like GM notes, streams, that kind of stuff. Additionally, people have been asking about Magnus skills for forever. And we have heard you, and we know that you want them. Of course, when we're looking to bring content into console, we need to be very specific about what is being prioritized. Right. So what worked its way into the plan is Land of the Morning Light. What that means is, so for instance, Eterna Winter and Magnus both were released on PC before Land of the Morning Light. Now, that's not to say that these things aren't coming for console. It's just rather that we wanted to prioritize the newest content this time. We think Land of the Morning Light is going to be a lot more fun for you guys. And it's also going to introduce, for those of you who've been prepping for Libresca, for instance, we do have the gloves. We do have the Dawn's gloves in Land of the Morning Light. So there is still more defensive options being added here. So even though Magnus is not coming this time around, we are going to be adding some of the quality of life that it brings. So that's combined storage. What this means is you can link all your storages together. So if you're at a storage, say in Velia, when you have combined storage available, then you can pull out of, say, Grana storage.
Yeah.
You
Not
can
even
pull
at
it
the
directly
warehouse. You can also be in the field, use your maid, and access any storage.
Yes.
Which is super convenient.
It's super nice. Yep.
Yep.
And then, of course, the Magnus skills as well. That's going to be all of your class-specific skills that previously you had to complete the Magnus quest line to unlock. Those will also become active on July 26th. And in order to get both of these things, there's going to be a console-exclusive quest line that's going to come in that patch. And once you complete that quest line, you will get access to the combined storage and your Magnus skills for your characters. Yep. Awesome. And we also talked about some more quality of life stuff for console, and that's ring menu presets. A lot of people have been asking for presets. Hey, I gather on this character, and I also RP on this character, and I also fight on this character. Tons of stuff. Presets. So you can swap between your ring menus more easily. And additionally, we've seen a ton of asks for additional menus on the ring menu, like say Agris, for instance. We're going to be adding more menu options to the ring menu. These quality of life things are going to take a bit more time to prepare, as Land of the Morning Light and Mythical Horses is the primary focus right now. So please be looking out for this and more quality of life things. We're looking for August.
Yep.
Awesome.
And just to add on, there were a lot of other QoL stuff mentioned.
Yes.
And obviously we are also looking into when we can implement that into console, and whenever it's ready, we'll also, be implementing those changes to console as well. So
yes.
you can
So
be looking
as Star's End mentioned, so these things that we're showing here, these are the things that we have set dates for, exact set dates for, that we can share with you now. Almost pretty much all the things that you've seen from Festa today are, of course, in the plan for console as well. It's a question of when, essentially. And for more quality of life things, or say treasure items, or changes to potions and stuff like this, or for instance things that work off of existing content like Dekia's lantern, those kinds of things, these are of course still in the plan for console as well. So all of the big announcements that you saw during this broadcast, this Festa, while we don't have exact dates to share, like perhaps KR or Global had exact dates to share, these are of course in the pipeline as well. And we will make sure to update you on the exact timeline for these things through either official web notices or through live streams at a later date. So please be looking out for those. And of course, for all the codes that we got during the Festa, I'm sure that we've been spamming them in chat. I'm sure that they're all over the place. Be sure to go ahead and redeem those. You can grab those either through the official website, or you can grab them directly in-game with the redeem coupon function, which is, I believe, in the adventurer support section. So, if we can go ahead and cut back to us, I suppose. Got my hat. How do you like? How do I do with the bow?
I think you have it pretty well. You know what it's called?
Do I know what it's called? That sounds like something that I should know, but I don't.
Yeah, it's called kat.
Kat?
Yeah, kat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very traditional, like Joseon era, hats that nobles would used to wear, right? So you'll be seeing a lot of that in the game as well once we get the Land of the Morning Light in July 26th. A lot of cool new aesthetics, not a new atmosphere.
I love the aesthetic of Land of the Morning Light.
Yeah, it's going to be
I
an
love
adventure.
it so much.
The story quest line, very very interesting. Really highly recommend actually going through it.
And the bosses are awesome. Like we've seen, I don't know if some of our console adventurers have been tuning into, say, some of the like event live streams that Etsu and other PC streams have had going on. But they've been really playing around with a lot of the boss mechanics for in Black Shrine. And I'm really, really excited for console adventures to be able to try out the new bosses because they're really, really cool.
Yeah, and I think we'll also do a lot of streams, community streams, focusing around End of the Morning Light. So please do look forward to those.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we'll prepare a nice streams for you guys in the future as well. So.
So all the stuff that we announced this time and more will be, of course, covered in our recap GM note to come out a bit later. That's not going to come out directly after the ball, but a bit later. We'll talk about everything that was covered today. But, of course, make sure to grab all of those coupons. We will be posting them in the Discord as well. If you ever want to get updates on when coupons are posted, I always post those there. And, yeah, I think we had... Man, we went through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff in this update. So here's the Festa over.
Again, it's 2:30 a.m. You know, we really appreciate you guys for
2:30 a.m. for us for PDT. You don't forget. Don't forget our Eastern guys, 3 hours ahead.
Yep.
So thank you anyone on the Eastern America time zones if you have been watching with us this late at night. About 5:30 for you guys now. So thank you for your dedication. I hope you get some great sleep into the weekend, and please look forward to the Land of the Morning Light coming on July 26th.
Right. Yep. And just to, I guess, make sure to join our Discord. You know, in the if you haven't already, we're always stationed there. So if you have any questions, you know, or suggestions that you want to make, you know, you can always come visit us on Discord. We're also always on like our game as well. You can find our GMs and CMs in the game as well. So come up.
Yeah, we're in game. I think probably more than a lot of people realize. A lot of the sort of events that we're running in game are usually sort of very local. Like for instance, GM Ash will come grab like a certain subset of users and go do a little event with them. Right. Sometimes it's announced, sometimes it's kind of unannounced. And if you ever see us in game, come say hi. We're always hanging out in there on a lot of different regions and talking to you guys. And if you ever have feedback for us, you can talk to us in game or talk to us in Discord. You know, whatever works best for you guys. So, yeah. Once again, I think I did see a lot of commentary throughout the stream talking about Eternal Winter. That's something that a lot of people were expecting from this announcement. So we're very, very excited to bring Land of the Morning Light to you guys. And of course, we are still looking to bring Eternal Winter with Artifacts Lightstones, with Libresca, all these very, very nice options for adventurers for their gear. We are, of course, still looking to bring this. But while we prepare Land of the Morning Light as well as additional contents, that's going to be our main focus for now. And we will give you more updates on new additions to Black Desert console when we have them. So once again, please be looking out for streams, notices, that kind of stuff. Yeah. But anyways, it's very late for everyone. Well, everyone in the Americas, and for you EU guys, I hope you have a great morning and afternoon. And for Asia, I hope you have a great sleep as it heads into the evening. But we are going to go ahead and sign off so that we can get our own little bit of rest and come in and prepare some more Land of the Morning Light stuff for you guys. So thank you guys for watching our stream. It's been awesome. Once again, I am Durgef. You will see me more and more.
And I'm Jim Starzend.
Starzend here. Thank you, Starzend, for joining us. I think the last time we saw Starzend on stream was like Abandoned Monastery or something. It was like Dracania update.
It's been a while.
So it's been a while. So it's great to have Starzend with us on the stream. But once again, thank you guys, and we will see you in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.